I'm just here to pay bills and leave. Do 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 do. Where's my phone? I never know where my phone is. Oh, there's my phone. Hello, phone. Oh, hello, phone. That's that, and that's that. Put that over there. Oh, oh, I think these Game of the Year's awards are great. Great conversation. Great introspective. It's so great. It's so great. Yeah. Put that in. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Hi, Leon. Hi. Hello, everyone. You suck. Hello. Hello. I hope you're all doing well. Whether if you watch this now or watch this later, I hope you're doing so well. There goes the bean. Wow. Okay. Just started off strong. The Game of the Year awards have come out. I think they're adding more as I keep refreshing the page. And I don't know if I'm being. Matter of fact, don't they have an official website where I could just go there and not deal with any of this? Pretty sure that there's a category for any of this shit. Stop giving me Polygon as a source before I start viciously pulling on my back. Like this is not needed. Not needed, not wanted, not necessary. Where's the Game of the Year website? Jesus. Is this it? I don't think this is it at all. I truly don't think this is it at all. I think I'm hurting. What's my Game of the Year so far? Oh my God, I wish I could fucking know.
And the Game Award, and the Game Award.
Please shut the fuck up. Hi, Angie. Oh, it's so. Why is this in December? What is this?
They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
Well, that's good to know. I think this is it. I think this is all of them. Happy National Princess Day. First of all, thank you for the membership, Roberton Binkleron. And second, at least you know I'm the baddest bitch to ever be a princess, partner. As long as you know that, I feel like we good. But in terms of let's just fucking look at these Game Awards. You know, I'm not okay. Clearly, that's why everyone pays attention. We're gonna start from the bottom, children. We're gonna start from the bottom and learn about who the fuck are these people. I don't know anything about any of this. What's a good laptop for Adobe programs? A fat as fuck PC. I hope that answers your question. I don't know any of these people. I'm just going to say Team Liquid because why not? It's Team. I'm not about to integrate between viewing all categories in this, so I guess I'm just going to have to trust Polygon. I got to trust Polygon. If Polygon fails me, then Polygon fails me. Esports team, I said Team Liquid. Best esports athlete, I'm going to pick Faker because you know what? Why not? Best esports game. Now we're getting into a category that matters. Not gonna lie to you, there's a strong possibility that League of Legends wins this or Counter-Strike. I'm gonna go with the egregious choice. I'm picking Valorant. You know why? I don't have a reason. It's just on my game. Best sports or racing game. I don't know why we're not putting this in just the best sports game because racing is considered a sport. 2K does not deserve it. I don't know why NCAA is not on this list. Why is NCAA 25 not on this list? I have no idea. Why the fuck is Top Spin? Wait a fucking no. Why is Top Spin on here? Wasn't Top Spin a fucking tennis game? Listen, no disrespect to tennis, but when we having a conversation about what matters and what doesn't matter, Why the hell is a tennis game on here and not the comeback of the century, which is NCAA 25? I don't understand that one. I really don't understand that one. It kind of offends me and upsets me. I don't think NBA 2K deserves it in any capacity. I don't know what F124 is. That seems like that might be a racing game. Or maybe EA Sports FC25 is a racing game. Fuck it. I'm going to go WWE 2K24. Just, NBA 2K doesn't deserve it. They've never deserved Game of the Year honors. They never deserved Best Anything honors because it hasn't even been anything worth a damn. Best sim or strategy game. Don't know any of these games, which should probably open my portfolio of gaming. It needs to. It drastically needs to open my portfolio of gaming because you know what? When people do the thing where they fucking, oh my God, I want to play more games. Oh my God, gaming's corrupt. And they only play like 5 fucking games. That lets me know I don't trust any of these people. But I feel like if you want me to pick, also hi R.A. Morley, if I'm going to pick just off name alone, I'm going to go with Kunutsu Gami Path of the Goddess because, come on now, it seems like a game with a lot of strategy in it. Best family game. Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime, Super Mario Jamboree, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, The Plucky Squire. Not going to lie to you. Astrobot might start running away with a bunch of shit. Super Mario is not a game for family. That is a game where you are begging to lose your family and various friends because there are no friends in the Mario Party. I'm going Astrobot. I'm going Astrobot on that one. Innovation in accessibility. None of these goddamn games. Like literally none of them. How the fuck is Black Ops 6 in this category? This game came out 2 weeks ago. Is that the threshold? Is that the threshold? I'm going with Diablo 4. I'm going with Diablo 4 on that one. Best fighting game. I don't know why Multiverses is on this list. I'm liable to say Sparky Zero is going to win this one. And if not, Tekken 8. It's either going to be Tekken 8 or Sparky Zero. But if you want me to pick one specifically, go with Sparky Zero. Best action. Ooh, what? Best act. Again, why the fuck is Call of Duty on this list? This game came out 2 weeks ago. Helldivers, War. The thing about each one of these games, which is crazy, is that once you figure out the combat, everything's repetitive. So it's just a matter of, okay, what's so fun about both of these games, all of these games as it pertains to action? And I ain't gonna lie, I feel like Black Myth Wukong is gonna run away with best action because those villains, they know how to make you hurt. Those villains know how to make you hurt. I feel like Black Myth is gonna be the thing that takes the category of best action. Best action adventure, Astrobot. Astrobot. I feel like Astrobot's gonna start clearing a lot of these fucking lists, bros. Like, I know people are gonna have their Prince of Persia. I know you motherfuckers who don't actually want to play games that are new are gonna love the fucking remake of a remake of a remake. I don't even know anybody who praised Star Wars Outlaws. The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. That might get it. That might get it. I ain't gonna. Best action adventure. I wouldn't be surprised if The Legend of Zelda walks out with this. But I'm going with Astrobot. Content creator. Queso. Queso. It's gotta be Queso. Queso cleared the fuck out of a lot of motherfucking content creators in terms of streaming, especially in video games. I'm going with Queso. Queso all the way, or this whole thing's rigged. Best role-playing game, Dragon's Dogma, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy VII, Like a Dragon, Metaphor. Elden Ring, Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy. Elden Ring. I'ma have. Fuck it. Elden Ring. I'm going with Elden Ring. Most anticipated game is Grand Theft Auto. We ain't even got to have a conversation about this one, bros. It's Grand Theft Auto 6. I get that you fucking nerds have been wanting Metro Prime 4 for I don't know how long. I don't respect anybody who wants a Monster Hunter game. I don't respect anybody who wants a Death Stranding 2. Ghost of Yotei. You know what? Ghost of Yotei, you do well. You do well. I'm sure you gonna be a good game. Great game, baby. But it's Grand Theft Auto 6, bros. Let me tell you why it's Grand Theft Auto 6. You notice, like, Grand Theft Auto, if Rockstar was really evil, like, I know it's a corporation, so it's evil anyway, but if Rockstar Games was truly evil, they'd come out with yearly Grand Theft Autos. And we would all say that Grand Theft Auto doesn't have the same stink as it used to have. Like, back during, like, if they started making yearly Grand Theft Autos right after GTA 5, we would have talked about the downfall of Rockstar Games and the downfall of GTA. Like, all the fucking 2K videos is like, 2K has gone downhill, Madden's gone downhill, FIFA's gone downhill, Black Ops, Call of Duty has gone downhill. I'm happy that Grand Theft Auto Rockstar Games has not gone down the path of making yearly Grand Theft Auto games. Because if they did, these things would be so ungodly fucking boring. They would not be able to stand the test of time at fucking all, bro. So, like, please keep taking 10 years to make the next Grand Theft Auto. Like, please, I'm begging. Because I know, like, even with them taking all this time, I'm pretty certain it's going to get delayed. It's going to get delayed one more time. It is. It just is. No, the nature of the beast is very simple. It's going to get delayed one more time. And even when it fully gets released, there's still going to be like a bug or a glitch or some shit because no game comes out perfectly and there's always going to be an update that's required. But, bro, I just hope they never make yearly games. They start making yearly games, we're fried, bro. We're fucking fried. It's better to focus on quality over quantity. Yeah, bro. The amount of GTA before, bro. You know how many things, bro. We got a president. We got another president before we got GTA 6. We done got 2 presidents flat. Wait, no, 3. I think we done gone through 3 presidencies before getting GTA 6. We've gone through 3 presidencies. It's time. It's harder to make a yearly, mostly single-player game as the length of Grand Theft Auto without going down in quality. Like, right, look at it. Thank you. I'm glad you brought up Assassin's Creed. I don't even think Assassin's Creed comes out yearly, does it? I think that shit comes out bi-yearly. And that proves that you shouldn't fucking worry about making these games as rampant as you fucking want. If you bully me for liking Monster Hunter, that's fine. I'm still going to play it. Bro, that comment was made about 5 minutes ago. I get that you're easily offended. Get over your fucking self. Hi, Emily. Like Pokemon? Oh! That hurt. Ooh, that hurt. I remember when Pokemon was so good. Ooh, I remember when Pokemon was so good. Nobody's going to agree with me when I say this. Are y'all ready for my hot take of the day? Pokemon fell off when Black and White came out. I know. Y'all, I knew y'all was expecting me to say it when like X and Y came out, Sword and Shield. Nope. It was when Black and White came out. When Black and White came out, it signaled that shit was about to start going downhill. The fucking the designs of them motherfuckers was falling off. I did fuck with the overarching world of it, but it's just something about Black and White that said, I feel like the next game gonna see that significant or see that decline. And it ain't gonna be good at all. All right. Best independent game. I don't know any of these, but If I'm going based off name alone, I'm going with Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, because that seems like a fire-ass fucking game. Best multiplayer? Y'all gonna get me for this one, but I'm going with Helldivers. I'm going with Helldivers. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm going with Helldivers. Good morning, Benny Hanna. I'm going with Helldivers. I know Warhammer's there, Super Mario Party's there, Tekken 8's there, Black Ops. I'm going with Helldivers. Why not? Best adaptation? Arcane. Knuckles being a close second. I'm going with Arcane. Best score in music? I ain't gonna lie. It's either gonna be Final Fantasy. I'm going with Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy. I gotta go with Final Fantasy on this one. Jamboree just came out. Nigga, Black Ops 6 just came out! But I'm going with Final Fantasy on this one. Best performance? Brianna White, Hannah Tale, Humberly Gonzalez, Melina Jurgens. I'm going with Brianna White. Brianna White did her bag. Best narrative, Final Fantasy. Let's not even fucking have this conversation, class. Best mobile game, Pokemon TCG Pocket seems to get a lot of traction. Best art direction, see, the kid in me wants to go with Astrobot. The kid in me wants to go with Astrobot, but like, I ain't gonna lie, it's either Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, or Elden Ring. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm going Wukong. Best ongoing game, Fortnite. Say what you want. Fortnite. Didn't Fortnite come out like 2017? Fortnite is still going strong to this day. I gotta go with Fortnite on that one. I would pick Helldivers. I would, but I gotta be rational about this, and I'm going with Fortnite. I'm definitely going with Fortnite. Best game direction. Might go with Black Myth Wukong on that one. Actually. Nah, I'm sticking with Black Myth. I'm sticking with the Black Myth Wukong. I gotta stick with the Black Myth Wukong. Now, game of the year. I'm very upset because I truly felt like Helldivers was gonna get a spot. I thought Helldivers was gonna get a spot, you know what I'm saying? But in terms of this list, Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy VII, Metaphor ain't winning this shit. Balatro not winning this shit. So it's really just like a 4-way race between Astrobot, Black Myth, Elden Ring, and Final Fantasy. Let's think about the quality of each and every one of these games. And as soon as I say that, you immediately throw Astrobot to the side. Which one do you want to win? Like I said, I kind of wanted Helldivers to be in the nominations, and I would have been satisfied with that. But I wouldn't at all be surprised if Final Fantasy VII Rebirth takes the cake. However, I'm going with Black Myth Wukong. But as I've told y'all numerous times, these game awards don't mean shit to me because this is still an opinionated thing. You motherfuckers know for certain what my motherfucking game of the year is. It is NC motherfucking double. And guess what? I'm throwing The Walking Dead in that motherfucker too. And guess what? I'm throwing Fall Guys in my game of the year too. And guess what? I'm throwing Helldivers in my game of the year too. And guess what? I'm throwing Sonic X Shadow Generations in my game of the year too. You want to know why? It's because I played each and every one of these goddamn games throughout this year, and I've had a smile on my fucking face. They all go home with the Leon Game of the Year award. Suck my dick. And guess what? To that fucking cretin who wants to make his real game awards, guess what, pussy? Your shit means just as less too. Oh my God. I guarantee you the motherfucker gonna complain about that shit and be like, see, this is why we're making our own game awards. Yeah, buddy. I bet that's the reason why. I bet that's the fucking reason why. I'm the Shaq Daddy. I'm the Shaq Daddy. Whoa. Yes, the Burrito Couch Game Awards, the most lucrative gaming award show in history. I ain't gonna lie, in terms of a prediction of anything outside of these awards, where is it? When Grand Theft Auto 6 wins the award for most anticipated game, I'm expecting a trailer. How the fuck do you properly heat up chicken tenders? Well, if those are leftover chicken tenders, you might as well just throw those away. If those are like frozen chicken tenders, that's what your oven is for, you dumbass. How about you read the directions on the packaging? But I'm expecting like a Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer when they win most anticipated game. Because let's be honest, that's what needs to happen. It's kind of what needs to happen. Everybody knows, like, they gonna fucking see when Grand Theft Auto comes out, and they gonna be like, all right, let's either release our game months before or months after. I feel like Grand Theft Auto gonna clear the water on some of you motherfuckers. Civilly and gracefully. Now, before we get to Willy dropping his Willy, what is this red pill shit?
When I tell you guys all these red pillars are scammers, this is what I mean. I feel like red pillars date single moms more than the average person. For a movement that yells and moans about single moms as much, that so many of them date these women. Why do you think these guys go either for single?
Moro sent me a goddamn picture of some white guy, and I struggled for like a full day. It's like I didn't even want to respond to this until I figured out, why did she send me this? Like, I swear to God, I thought that was her type of man, and I was just going to say, you know what, invite me to the wedding. But I figured out what it was. Apparently, Sky Jackson is now pregnant by whatever that is she sent me. And, like, going down the rabbit hole, I see a bunch of women talking shit about Sky Jackson, saying, oh, my God, you let this YN, for you white women like Emily, a YN is a young nigga. And you know, it's a thuggish little black child, you know, with the ski mask during the summer and all that, you know, those thugs, you know what I'm saying? Back in my day, we just called them criminals, but, you know, I guess nowadays we call them YNs because we really gave up on the public education system. But she got pregnant by a little wannabe YN because we gave up on the American education system. And it's a bunch of women talking shit as if they not in the same predicament as Sky Jackson. Baby mama to a motherfucker that don't want them. I'm shocked Dragon Age didn't make it. I mean, I don't even know why it would be on there. I don't even know why Call of Duty on these fucking lists. These games just came out like weeks ago. I think Dragon Age might have a month long now, so maybe you could throw that qualification in. But I've never known how the Game Awards work. So I guess if your game came out before, I guess, a specific deadline, I guess that shit is just able to get in, which is fine. So fuck it. By all means, let's just have a COD fell out so hard. I mean, you say that? I ain't gonna lie. I didn't thought about getting the new COD because I was playing the Warzone and I was fucking with the guns that the new Warzone gave me. I ain't gonna lie, it's making me want to play. It's making me want to play the full game just to see what we working with. Just to see what we overall working with.
Single moms, 18-year-olds. Are they trying to import? You notice a pattern between all three of these? There's an update to the previous story that we were on. Please share this with me.
Fellas, this is why I tell y'all got to be careful about where y'all get y'all relationship / life advice from these guys on this internet, on these podcasts. Because yesterday I made a video about that fugazi coolie dude or whatever, talking about being a top tier man. I always kind of knew dude was a little buddy. But yeah, so here's the clip.
Don't qualify for the top tier men, and that is the truth.
I believe you're a top tier man. By what standard?
I'm 6'4", only about.
The last good COD game was Ghost. So look, I'm gonna give you know what? I ain't even about to argue with you. You in timeout for 10 minutes. You in timeout for 10 minutes. Cause we don't do that here. We don't do that. You in timeout. Go ahead, enjoy yourself. Go ahead, relax, think about what you did. And then when the 10 minutes up, you can apologize to everybody in chat. You can apologize for everybody. If you don't come back and apologize to everybody in chat, bro, see yourself out. Just see yourself out. We don't condone those slurs around here. Motherfucker said the last good black house was Ghost. You out of your fucking mind? Are you a bit insane in the membrane? Slow, just slow.
What? 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year, and I'm black at that if you add that on.
That's why he said that. That's why he talked the way he talked.
Ghost campaign was fire? Yeah, bro. Anybody else want to praise Call of Duty Ghost? You in timeout now too. When your 10 minutes up, you can apologize to everybody in the chat. You can apologize to everybody in the chat, bro. It's just like, I don't think y'all understand. If you praise Call of Duty Ghost, you're going in timeout, bro. Ain't enough for conversation. That let me know I can never trust you with the aux cord. You know what I'm saying? I can't trust you motherfuckers.
That's why he thinks he's a top tier man, because he's 6'4" and black. This is why. He's the trinket. He's the fetish. But this is the dude that y'all follow, fellas. This is the rhetoric that y'all subscribe to from hypocrites. A black man playing stepdaddy to some white kids.
The way this motherfucker said that.
So I'm not familiar with the cinematic universe. So I decided to look up a couple of this dude's clips, and it's just him.
It's the cinematic universe of a bunch of insecure motherfuckers who desperately, and I do mean desperately, peaked at some point in their early stages, and they have nothing to show for it anymore. They have nothing to show for it anymore but their own insecurities and their failures as individuals. And all they have now is the ability to bitch and moan online about relationships. And the sad part is, as soon as I say that, an insecure motherfucker is going to be like, well, what about the women? You're exactly the fucking thing I'm talking about. Of course we can bring in the women. No one's sitting here except a motherfucker who wants to try it. We'll sit there and be like, oh, well, you're leaving out the women. Motherfucker, you know how many times I've talked about these single delusional dumb bitches? Stop excluding yourselves because you think you untouchable. The fuck? You motherfuckers listen to Fresh and Fit and you wonder why these hoes pussies dry up from you talking. Jeez Louise. Listen, bros, I don't know how many times, every time I talk about red pill shit, I end up having this fucking long soliloquy. Love exists. If you constantly seek out negativity because you listening to negative motherfuckers who pay for pussy, abuse women, are not faithful to women, think money is the only source of actually finding happiness in this world, god damn, I got sniped. You will never find love. You listen to your fat single best friend, you gonna go into every fucking relationship thinking that shit just gonna end. You listen to your fucking divorced parent, who clearly is the reason y'all got a fucking divorce. You motherfuckers are not gonna fucking succeed in relationships, bros. I tell y'all this shit because I care about y'all. I tell y'all this shit because I actually want y'all to be happy. I want y'all to fall in love. All you motherfuckers that's, oh, I'm MGTOW. I'm a man that goes my own way. You had to. Because nobody gave a fuck about you. Because guess what? You know what I figured out in life? Everybody tells a chapter of the story. They don't tell the full book. Because the full book makes everybody, including the motherfucker trying to look good, look bad. And motherfuckers swear, they swear up and fucking down it's everybody else's fault. I'm gonna never forget that stupid motherfucker who thought he could get one over on me talking about something. Leon, I've had 7 relationships with women and all 7 of them failed and it was the woman's fault. Out of your fucking mind. I'll tell you this, I was born at night. I wasn't born last night. I look stupid, but I ain't stupid. You done fucked up at least 3 of those fucking relationships. Y'all motherfuckers gonna learn one way or other that y'all want to be happy, y'all want love. Y'all want companionship. Y'all want companionship. Y'all want people to care about you as much as you care about them. You want that. All that fucking bravado that you done got from the internet full of motherfuckers who don't do shit but jerk off or tell you to stay away from these women as they fuck these women. Bro, on everything I stand for, it ain't that hard, and I hope y'all find love. I truly hope it. I don't want nothing else from you motherfuckers but to find love. Simple.
I'm ragging on single moms all day long and how they're not wifey material.
So if you are a single mother, single mothers normally don't have good character, generally speaking, because they chose the wrong man, meaning that they normally broke up the relationship. Single moms show the worst characteristic traits, to be honest.
And you went out and hunted one down, hunch over.
No, what single mothers show is that you're selfish because you prioritize yourself over the kid. If you prioritize the kid, you would have worked through thick and thin to keep that relationship with the father.
A black man playing stepdaddy to some white kids with a single mother who was a BBL Becky. Mind you, getting her knocked up because she's currently pregnant, not even married to her. They've been together since 2017 and has yet to put a ring on her finger.
So Christmas is around the corner, and since we got a little mixed baby here, we're gonna see which Santa he chooses. We got a black Santa,
And I have the white ones.
and let's see which one he chooses. Same time, don't you?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Which one are you gonna pick?
I mean, I'm so happy for him. At least he made a stable, somewhat happy home, you know?
Like all the boxes were checked. Cringy interracial couple.
How do I, a normal person doomed about both Dems and Republicans, cope with life? Well, first of all, you're fucked because you're worried about some shit that ain't got nothing to do with you. Like, technically it do, because I'm going to assume you're an American who lives in America. So regardless, the decisions made by the rest of the world is fucked. But guess what? You know how you just cope with it? Live your life. Oh my God, you must pay attention to this fucking thing. Or you could just laugh at life, because life gonna give you some shit to laugh at. Whether it be your own life or something that happened somewhere that got nothing to do with you. That's all you really gotta fucking do. Talk about, I need to cope with life. Fuck, your life already in shambles if you gotta figure out a way to cope with life. The real fucking trick to it all, bro, just keep, whatever you doing right now, keep being your fucking self. All these fucking Neanderthal-looking motherfuckers all want to be different, all want to somehow be adventurous in some way, shape, or form. Motherfucker, go do a hobby. Motherfucker, go step outside. Go to a fucking restaurant and go eat. That's what the fuck you need to do. Motherfuckers hunched over. Oh, and by the way, because I guess I did the stream too early. I don't know. Did Alex Jones really get his shit sold by the Onion? Because it was like that night, that day, it was like, oh, he got bought out by the Onion. And then, like, that night, motherfuckers was like, hold on. So I guess I did that too early. Because I guess the judge that, like, resides over that whole thing was like, hold on, how did y'all do this without any say-so whatsoever? So I guess Alex Jones is going to get his hands back on InfoWars and no consequence of any substance for this motherfucker who spouted blatant misinformation, but y'all the same motherfuckers that only want CNN and Joy Reid to face punishment for misinformation. Okay, that keeps me aware of y'all consistency. When it's people you favor, you can make excuses for. That's what I don't get about you. It's specifically you fucking conservatives. You motherfuckers will sit there and anytime it's a liberal doing some shit, it's like, oh, burn their feet to the fire. But then when it's a Republican or conservative doing the same fucking thing, oh wait, we must think about how this mapped out and all this shit. Man, shut the fuck up. The amount he had to pay was way too much. No, it wasn't. It's a justified amount. For all that, you could say the 700 million that Fox News had to pay was too much. For all that, you could say the settlement CNN had to pay for trying to characterize a motherfucker as a racist white supremacist was too much, even though I don't think we know the direct amount of money they had to pay in that sentiment. Like, I'm cool with him paying that much because not only did he say that lie once, he continued to perpetuate that fucking lie with dead children in the fucking ground. So, no, I'm perfectly fine with him paying, what, $1 billion? Fuck, pay more. I don't give a fuck. Fuck Alex Jones.
Content. She's begging to be proposed to. She's a single mother. All of these things that he tells you in clips like this.
As a single mother, do you believe you deserve a man in the top percentile?
I'm able to do everything else, whether or not I have a baby or not. I still can be a great wife.
Yeah, listen, single moms, recreational use only.
Do you mean like
Time out. Let's reverse it real quick.
No, keep it going. Keep it rolling. Keep it fucking rolling.
Looks like you're doing more than recreational use with her, buddy.
Talking about being with someone as recreational? That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean,
That's not crazy. That's how these motherfuckers think. Their only value in these bitches is their bodies. And some of them buy into it. Some of them smart to realize, wait a minute, you're not just gonna use me for my body. I want love. I want compassion. And you know, it's sick to my stomach. These motherfuckers will see and look at these types of women, and they'll say, "Oh my God, these whores with these unrealistic expectations." And then these same motherfuckers be like, "I want an obedient bitch that's gonna do what I say and cook for me when I say cook." Hello? Hello? That's the sound of the call coming from inside the fucking house.
it's not crazy because that's what these guys talk about all the time. Hold up, that's what that Donovan Sharp used to say. That's not even his line. That's a Donovan Sharp line. Sure. This is all that same red pill shit.
How's a single mom? And yes, listen, I know single moms are bad, and this and that, and the other, but y'all gotta start somewhere. Don't commit to them.
To me, it's just the audacity of people. Like, you know, if you want to have this goofy ideology, that's fine, go live that life. But you're not even living it. And you broadcast the fact that you're not living it. They're all scammers. If they're not all scammers, it's like a coin flip. Actually, that's not even true because I'm being generous by saying it's 50-50. The odds are even lower than that. It's like skydiving without a parachute. You're probably going to land on this scammer. I got no words. I got no words.
I think the thing that irks me the most, and I'll be done with this video because it's like every other red pill video, it's like, how many times can I beat this horse? About as many times as I beat my meat. Ayo! But this red pill shit was the most obvious fucking scam under the face of the earth. No, I'm not gonna say it had good moments in it. It never did. Y'all propped up a motherfucker who just made fun of fat bitches and then died laying next to a fat bitch. Yes, I'm talking about Kevin Samuels. Y'all praised the motherfucker who made his mark. I don't give a fuck. Oh, he taught me fine at him, Fresh and Fit, all these motherfuckers. The most they get traction is when they making fun of a bunch of women. And listen, I'm not about to sit here and cape for these women because they got some wild fucking expectations. But guess what? You got men with wild fucking expectations. Motherfuckers who want a half and a whole and just want to be able to say, hey, I fucked something. I have an obedient fuck toy. And I got me an obedient baby maker. Is this shit everywhere? This shit is everywhere for this shit. And the fact that motherfuckers continue to say, oh my God, he taught me this, he taught me. No, he didn't. He taught you how to feel secure for the moment. But as soon as it get quiet, as soon as you by yourself, all the insecurities come withering back. And what's left is nothing but a broken man who wanted to put a Band-Aid on the mental fucking deep scar that is his fucking insecurities. And with that all being said, I'm watching this Hasan video now because fuck Hasan. He's a terrorist. He supports terroristic beliefs. I don't give a fuck. I'm happy that him and his, I keep saying him and his fucking cohort are being scrutinized by more people. Needs to happen a little bit more.
Last year, I started documenting Hasan for his blatantly false report.
And I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck that you all contested me when I posted that community post. The political landscape of this year has crippled dating for like the next 7 months. Because for the next 7 months, you're going to have to answer the question of who did you vote for before you even get to know the motherfucker you go on that date with. And if you didn't pick Kamala, or if you say I didn't vote or I voted for Trump, you might well pack it in, buddy. You're not getting a second date. Unless you find somebody who just don't care about that and is willing to just go on a date. Good luck. And no, you won't be able to spot them easy. I get that you think every person who voted for Kamala is some soy boy or some blue hair. Nope. Get out of your insecurities.
I was right about Ukraine. That's right. War is not imminent. Oh, shock. An Israeli airstrike hit the Al-Ahli hospital. They were so right. They had 7,000 new troops. So what's going to end up happening is that by April, this is going to be done. You have to bomb the hospital. Change title. IDF didn't bomb the hospital. Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
I criticized him for being a propagandist, coming to conclusions on breaking news when the story hadn't even been fully reported on. You right now is the same thing you always do. I'm just saying.
No,
you're doing it in real time. You're doing it in real time, bro.
Over the course of an 8-hour broadcast, if you look to literally 3 moments,
nobody else shut up as much as you did that does 8-hour broadcasts.
Because no one has the most psychopathic fandom like idiots like you who sit through every minutia to find a clippable moment. To find a clippable moment to be like, he sucks, he's bad. That's the reason, dickhead. All right.
He followed this up by interviewing a terrorist, eating up propaganda about taking hostages.
He's saying he hasn't spent much time with Chinese people, but one of the captain was Chinese, and he did caught with them. And
I'll never understand why, for the sake of fuck, this dude sit here and still to this day is trying to say to people, I didn't interview, it's not a terrorist. We talked about One Piece. Mm-hmm.
He danced to music with them, and he was.
Because, you know, when I interview terrorists, the one thing I want to fucking speak about is One Piece. Like, nothing else. Like, it's only One Piece, bros. That's all I want to talk about is One Piece. One Piece for the bros, bro. One Piece is for the boys, bro. It's nothing else. One Piece is for the bros, bro. One Piece is absolutely just for the bros.
He was vibing, so he likes him, yeah.
So I mean, what? That's so crazy.
He's saying that they win over the crews on these ships, and they like win them over with their charm, and they make them hate America and the U.S. government.
That's so funny. Okay, that doesn't probably take much.
Yeah, hilarious. The crew is still held captive, and Hasan continues to glorify terrorism by playing their propaganda and passing it off as happy musicals.
So you made a music video. They love walking over like the American flag and the Israeli flag side by side. They will always like march on it.
When you said music video, I'm expecting like bad example, Chris Brown dancing, you know.
No. They do musicals. They're very musical people.
It's the fact that they're very musical people is the dog whistle of a lifetime to fucking try to hide the fact that you're showing terrorist propaganda. That is, without the shadowest of fucking doubt, the dog whistle stated by people who are trying to not be on the hook for showing that type of propaganda. It's disastrously what it is and what it always will be. Because there's nothing else you could say about any of that shit that'll make it safe for fucking anybody to excuse. You're promoting terrorism, buddy. And you know what? It's fine. You're okay. You're still going to be hated by a good collection of the world, and it's fine. Just accept the fact that you promote that type of shit.
Praising their leaders, all while hypocritically defending Russia and China's invasion of their neighbors.
You call Crimea? I call it a part of Russian territory.
Have you seen the guy talking about lying to liberal women about being liberal because they're funner to be with, unlike conservative women? Bro, I'll never understand that gimmick that came from believing that, oh, conservative women are way more attractive than liberal women, and they just showed like the basic faces you'll see when you fucking talk about liberal women, and they ignore the fact that conservative women are uglier than a fucking stump. Like, because they are. Like, I hate to dim the light of anybody who had expectations of grandeur, of living a lifestyle with a conservative woman, but conservative women are also uglier than fuck. Like, they are also uglier than fuck. Like, I hate to ruin the reality a lot of you came up with, but they are. It's almost like, oh dear Lord, women are ugly.
That's what I call Crimea. I call it Crimea River. Bite the bullet on the Tim Hootie kid. Why? Why would I ever? If I did something that was fucked up, by my estimations, I would of course apologize for it. I have time and time again.
Name one time. He can't because he's never owned up to anything. Hasan continues to be the worst political streamer, and Twitch supports.
What the fuck is the gaming witch sending me? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What is this? I don't get the context. That was conservative women who shot you. You're unfunny as fuck. Goodbye. Like, I need y'all to, when y'all troll, can y'all be funny about it, please? Like, I'm begging for like a little bit more funny around here. Like, y'all trolling is the reason why y'all gonna die alone. Is this it? Is this fuckers? This is not this fucker's account. God damn it. I don't think that's it either. Fuck. What is your fucking? Fuck you, gaming witch. You're a pain in my ass. You're a pain in my ass. Without mentioning Ludwig, I talked about the apocalypse, deleting the part where I mentioned Hasan for the what? You sound sleepy. Do I? Do I really? Oh, that's crazy. What the fuck? What the fuck? The fuck is this? Don't forget about the 4B movement. Who gives a fuck about the 4B movement? I'm perfectly fine with women saying, fuck it, I feel so unsafe. Let me just not have sex. It's not a net negative to my life. That in and of itself is never going to be a net negative to my life. That women I don't know said, hey, I'm not going to have sex. That greatly does no damage to me. What the fuck is this? Why does a newborn need an HEPB vaccine? They should be nowhere near sexual activity. That's some grooming ass pedo shit. HEPB is not exclusively contracted from bodily fluids such as semen. Hepatitis B is contracted when someone comes into contact with the blood or other bodily fluids such as saliva of an infected person. It is most commonly contracted via exposure to blood. I swear to God, I just hate people, man. I just hate people. That's really what it is. I just hate people. And y'all swear up and down we don't need more going into the fucking American education system, bro. Y'all swear we don't need more going into the American education system. And this is why I argue we need more going into the American education system, bros. Like, we need more. We need more going into the American education system. We do. We just fucking do. Because how in the fuck? Nothing makes sense, bros. It doesn't make sense, bros. It does not make any fucking sense, my bros. Like, we need more going into the American education system. We need more. And the worst part is that motherfuckers like gaming artificially have to tell you, oh, specifically like math, not gender studies. Math is already there, dumbass. But you'll be delighted to know that in Oklahoma, Bibles will be in more schools. Hooray. Oklahoma is the second dumbest fucking state in the country. But hey, the Bible's in the classroom now. The Bible's in the classroom now for the second dumbest fucking state in the country. Isn't it great? Isn't it grand, folks? I'm so glad.
Yeah, where is that chatter? He was like, come to Israel, it's so beautiful here. I should go to the old city so I can get my fucking shit pushed in by some of the most inbred fundamentalist hicks.
No, it's not illegal, it's not criminal, but it feels like it should be. Sort of like those monthly subscriptions you signed up for, forgot about, but are still paying every month. I've been paying 2 monthly subscriptions to watch. I feel like every citizen in Ukraine was on the verge of fascism.
The reason why a small amount of nationalist forces gaining prominence is additionally terrifying. It's like Tinder, okay? It can cause a wildfire of nationalism because it's already baked in to the attitudes of the commoner, okay? Every person already has like...
What the fuck is Ice Spice in this goddamn game? What the fuck? And why is it called the Rap Princess Bundle? That fucking woman has not made a song in I don't know how fucking long. What the fuck? What the fuck? Ooh, Eminem. Again.
Like a predisposition towards nationalist tendencies. So the issue is when you start legitimizing the nationalist guys, boom, all of a sudden the country could turn fascist like that, okay?
He justified Russia annexing Ukraine constantly.
Regardless of whether he wants it or not, he needs it as a buffer state. Exactly. Russia's historic access into the blacks.
Captious, I'm going to call you dumb along with both of them. College is not a scam. You go to college to fucking seek this information. You go to college to seek an advance in education for things like finance, for things like business communication, for things like becoming a nurse, becoming a doctor. Saying college is all around a scam, and now that you know that you've been booked on that, you're going to go straight to debt, which is what you actually just did. You can't learn this shit or get a freelance education to go into these fields without those specific degrees. Going to college for sociology, you're absolutely wasting your fucking time. You're actually wasting your fucking time for shit like that. When you go to college to dick around, that's what you walk out thinking. College is a scam. I didn't go to college to dick around. And I got my degree, and I've been using it to the fucking fullest. College is not a fucking scam. You go there to waste your fucking time and to come out thinking it's a scam, congratulations. You now have a new talking point to discuss while you're a couple $1,000s in debt. While the motherfuckers who went there ran that risk even with a scholarship, walk out and they're able to pay it within the first couple months of being out of college, and they have a job that provides them a lot of financial stability. College is not a scam. Like I was that close to being a part of that dumbass camp of saying college is a scam, but the reason it's not is because I actually went to college for a degree that means some shit. And that ended up netting me a lot of money. So before y'all start running around saying college is a scam, just know you might be the fucking reason you think college is a scam. Motherfuckers say trade school is a fucking scam. Why? Because they went there and wasted their time. Motherfuckers say high school is a scam. Why? Because they didn't do anything to advance their career. That's why they walk out with a GED. They just don't. So congratulations, Captious. You're in the same boat as Hasan and Destiny. Two dumb motherfuckers. But guess what? Put a gun to my head and tell me pick one to hang out and hear talk for about 10 hours. I'm picking Destiny. You know why? Because at least that motherfucker's going to give me something of information. Oh, but remember what he said about Trump supporters? Remember what Trump supporters said about other motherfuckers, bro? Let's play this fucking game. Like, don't ever come to me saying, oh, did you hear about what they said about conservatives? Because do I need to remind y'all that they called Kamala the Antichrist? They've questioned the masculinity and the sexuality of men who support Kamala. It's like, y'all got offended by being called garbage while motherfuckers got called pedophiles and supporters of pedophiles. It's almost like I keep having to say this because you motherfuckers keep wanting me to pick a side. Your sides suck, and they're always going to suck.
See Crimea that's like historically and ethnically all Russian, majority Russian.
They're Nazis. Everyone's going to be radicalized. But when it comes to a fundamentalist group like Hamas that theoretically would run the country, Hasan doesn't seem to have those same worries. He justifies it by using Republicans as stand-ins for Hamas.
I'm saying that the gay people and the trans...
This is the same guy who said it's good that rich white girls go to rich colleges to get raped. So it's like, I don't really fucking... Like, when y'all get into these online spats with people, I don't know how y'all continue to have conversation with them. I just say, oh, you support rape. Oh, you support terrorism. And that's it. Oh, you're ignoring the context. Nigga, the context makes it worse. The context makes Hasan worse. Because with context, not only is he showing it, dancing with it, smiling at it, he's also trying to get more people to support it.
Trans people that are living under those conditions in Gaza.
Oh my God, you make content, you say hateful rhetoric things about, okay, you support terrorism. You support rape. Like, my bad, I criticized a guy who sat there and threw his child at the wall because he sucks at NBA 2K and he just so happens to be black. Whoops. Like, oops, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? That's what happened. If you don't like reality, stay the fuck away from the news because the news will give you the reality you're not comfortable accepting. And on top of that, you still support rape. So it's like, are we really gonna two-hand Sandy this? I hope the fuck we not, because we could do way better. And I mean way better than that, birdies. We can do a little bit better than that, birdies. I can't make this jump. Now I can. And I'm first. I don't know if it's because I'm 23 and a legal immigrant, but it feels like America is near the end of its self-eating snake stage, if that makes sense. It's not. It's always going to be a self-eating snake. It's been that way since before we were born. If you don't believe me, look at every single issue that apparently was such a big thing for conservatives. Crime, immigration. The same issues that have been plaguing this country for fuck knows how long. How many fucking times do I have to hear about the fucking border until somebody says, you know what, lock this shit down? Oh, Trump could have got it locked down. Yeah, but he had a fucking House and a Senate that got in his way. And now that he has complete control of the House and the Senate, every single fucking issue that you motherfuckers have brought up, it better get fixed within these next 4 years. I'm not talking partially fixed. I'm not saying, oh, a couple more years and it'll be fixed. He got 4 years to fix every fucking problem. Because y'all motherfuckers promoted it as this is a big problem and it needs to be addressed. So I hope it get 100% fucking fixed. I'm not gonna say, oh, he can't do anything. Nope. I'm gonna say, hey, he ran on this, you motherfuckers supported him running on this. He got 4 years. Fix each one of them. My eggs better be back to a reasonable price. My gas better be back to a reasonable price. And if it ain't, it'd be terrible. If you're not giving me what I want, if you're not giving me what you promised, why the fuck would I trust a politician? Let go of my ego. I'll admit my take on college is stupid. Yes, it is. That's the end point. You can't paper it with, oh, but at least I'm not this. No, you're still dumb. You're still in that boat. Like, oh, at least I'm not this. You still had you still had the most generic AI fucking generated take about college. Yeah, you're still that. You're still in that boat. And you're going to be in that boat primarily because that's your outlook on college. And, you know, arguably, that's fine. But that's you. And I'm going to tell you with fervor that that's a dumb take. Oh, college is a scam. Oh, because, I went to college for my liberal arts degree and fuck! Sorry, I'm not always right like you. The problem is I'm not always right. The problem is I have to deal with motherfuckers who walk in talking like they're right and they have to get dumbed down. That's the problem. That's why you got motherfuckers saying they don't like me anymore because, they thought that this was an echo chamber where they could just spout dumb shit and feel safe. No, not how that works. My bad. I believe in consistency being the key, and a lot of motherfuckers lost the key. For example, like I said 10 minutes ago, motherfuckers talk about Alex Jones. You know, it's unfair, but they want mainstream to suffer these consequences. Oh my God, what about the mainstream? What about the mainstream? Ignoring that the mainstream has faced consequences for misinformation and lying. They need to face more of them. I'll give you that. But to make it seem like they've never is a complete lie.
Right. Yeah. See, Israel is a far larger problem in their existence than they do, like, Islamic fundamentalism in terms of governance. If we were getting ruthlessly slaughtered by an alien force, I wouldn't give a if someone was homophobic or not. I'd be like, thank you for fighting against the alien force.
But if he doesn't make the promises, there will be no consequences. Hey, but if you call it out, somehow you're like a lesbian liberal because you call out that, hey, much like y'all wanted to be consistent with Biden, I guess we can't be consistent with Trump because he can do no wrong. But he got 4 years. He got 4 years to make some shit shake. If he don't make that shit shake, I might have a problem.
That seems awesome that you're doing that. I would actually arm up side by side with my fellow homophobic Republican rabid Christian fundamentalist sociopaths to try and protect my home. And that's the point.
That's the same thing as the Azov battalion fighting in Ukraine. How does he have these conflicting opinions? It makes no sense. Asmigul made the horrific decision to call Palestinians culture inferior. Hasan rightfully called him out for this.
These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways.
It's terrifying. Like, saying they're inferior, saying they're evil, to justify the death and destruction that befalls them is so horrifying.
Because remember, Hasan would never call another culture inferior. He would never do that.
I don't agree in theocracy at all.
But, like, wouldn't that mean that it would be inferior?
There will be no revolution, primarily because motherfuckers don't know how to actually revolutionize anything. Case in point, have any of you seen that video of that meeting where the fucking people started doing like a haka? I need to show y'all this now. I need to find this. I don't even know. Oh, here it is. Here it is. That was in New Zealand. Yeah, this is the point. So look. where I need like the beginning of this. No, I don't. Bro, they had motherfuckers like in those seats and in the stands, like performing this shit. And I don't know the context behind it. I don't know like what bill or what law they was trying to either ignore or not get written in the law or whatever. You're not getting that shit from Americans. You know what Americans have thought about since Trump got elected? I'm about to sound like I'm shitting on it, but this is actually a good idea. This is actually a good idea. Like Black Project 2025. Now, given what you know about Project 2025, it sounds wild as fuck, but it's essentially trying to elevate starter businesses, which I essentially can get behind. But there's another one that completely ruins the entire gimmick. Would you like to know what it is? Boycott Black Friday. And all I'm going to say is video coming soon. Video's coming soon. All you need to know is, if you don't already know about it, is a lot of people have great ideas that they word like everything's supposed to happen tonight. And I ain't gonna lie, I was with the idea until I saw the boycott list. Because fuck me. The motherfuckers always have a great idea that lacks so much execution. But I like this though. Fuck, that's a united group of people. That's a united group of people. See, niggas can't do this. Niggas will fucking talk about doing this and then just not participate. And then they'll snicker as the one motherfucker does it by themselves. Like, haha, we got you.
No, I wouldn't say that any culture is inferior to one another. All life must be cherished. Their lives are no different, even if they disagree fundamentally with you.
But if we just go back to last year, Hasan was justifying China's invasion of Tibet for the same reason. They're inferior culture. He says China's imperialism is good because they focus on taking over their neighbors.
Chinese development and Chinese military action is either irredentist in nature, which is different than imperialism, where it's more so expansive in its own limited area, rather than global imperialism, which is done with the express effort with the
Tibet, Taiwan.
Tibet was literally a feudal slave mandate, autonomous zone.
China did them a favor.
That was one. I mean, in America, when I say something like this, people get very upset. You know, we talk about the Dalai Lama saying "suck my tongue" or whatever, but like that's not far from the norm in normal Tibetan existence before the Communist Party came in and
China unilaterally took over Tibet. Like their culture. They basically are trying to, homogenize the culture.
In the name of squashing an inferior culture, China killed over 87,000 Tibetans. That's 1.2 million, 1 out of every 6 Tibetans since their occupation. I don't understand how you could be pro-Palestine and then support Russia and China. Israel's neighbors with Gaza. Does that make what they're doing okay? No, of course not. His politics makes no sense. It's constantly contradicting himself. But then you realize that
Hasan's politics are the same as like every single white woman on TikTok who's desperate to gain a following by having a bunch of ethnic people look at them and say, "Oh my God, you're so fetch." They want to be relevant with the hot thing, and the hot thing still is a war in another country. And it's very easy for a motherfucker who sits comfortably in their chair to give the most simplistic fucking take about any of these fucking things. The issue being, these motherfuckers are not journalists. These motherfuckers are not intuitive. They're the better version of a retard, which is just slightly more educated than a retard. And it's a shame that motherfuckers seek these freaks out for real world conflict information. Fuck my ass. And they just gravitate towards that because they don't know how to actually properly seek information in a way that would be beneficial to them. They know how to seek information that would be disastrous to their fucking well-being.
Is America bad all the time? That's it.
Let me explain to you 2 principles that you should keep with.
This man said America deserved a terrorist attack. On what planet would I ever trust this motherfucker with any information?
Coming from a person who's Turkish, okay? When you look at a situation in the Middle East, you look at what the local government is and who the Western forces are. Never align with the Western forces. That's a principle that you could take home with you. If you want to actually be moral or if you want to be smart about the way you analyze other countries, that's one basic principle that you can take home with you. All of a sudden, magically, you are above on your foreign policy analysis. You're going to be better off than 90% of people that look at the situation.
That's not what an analysis is. That's doing the same thing Sneeko does. And Hasan's always been this way. He doesn't care about principles or being morally consistent.
Do I think that this could be a dangerous precedent? Absolutely. But the right has been doing this for a very long time.
Yeah, but they're wrong. That's the point. The point is they're wrong, and I hate them, and I hate their tactics.
But no one cares about being morally consistent, or no one cares about...
I care about that.
I know you do, but in the end of the day...
He just wants his side to win at all costs. It's turned him into running straight up terrorist propaganda for the past 10 months.
Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia.
I hate the fact that every time I got to think about One Piece. You know what's crazy? I think like a week ago, I was considering starting watching One Piece. I was considering starting to watch One Piece. And then I'm reminded again what One Piece is attached to, unfortunately. It's not by choice. One Piece did not co-sign any of this, but they've been attached to it. And now I can't watch One Piece.
Yeah, I'll be making fucking dough in the pizzeria.
Hasan has been rewriting history when it comes to the Houthi terrorist he did propaganda for. Now he's just some random teenager.
Random fucking Yemeni teenager. Yemeni kid not connected to the Houthis, and it doesn't even matter if he was. Not only does it not matter to me if he was or not, it would obviously change the dynamic of the interview if he was. Most people don't know that he isn't a Houthi.
Oh, it doesn't matter, but it changes the dynamic, which means it would matter. And it does matter that you fucking platformed terrorist, buddy. You platformed a terrorist. You joked with a terrorist. You fucking watched One Piece with a fucking terrorist, bro. Like, I get it. In your mind, you've done wrong, and it's everyone else's fault, and yada next to my motherfucking yadas and all that extra shit, bro. Like, I get it. I get it, bro. I get it. You wanted this liberal outcome because you're sick of the mainstream and all that extra shit and blah, 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 blah. But eventually, we gotta have, like, a real in-depth conversation about one's ability to fucking stomach all this stupid ass shit. And what the fuck is happening? What is happening right here? What in this moment is occurring? Fuck all y'all. Y'all want to fucking do this shit to me? Bow! Qualified.
Houthi or have seen his post about respecting Jews, I don't really care. They will just say, oh, he's doing PR.
These are all provable lies. When Hasan initially interviewed the Houthi, it was framed as him being a terrorist.
Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother. What do you mean? Excuse me. Of course I'm about to have a... I'm a journalist, okay? This is journalism.
When Hasan asked if he was Houthi, the guy did not answer, instead referring to the Houthis' justification for pirating commercial ships.
I don't know if he is allowed to speak on this. I don't know if he's like actually a part of the groups at all, or just like simply a TikToker. You know what I mean? I don't know how to ask that in the best way possible, though.
Independent alternative media has become just as corrupt as groupthink as mainstream media. What the fuck do you mean has become? It was always that. It's been that way for a long fucking time. Do I need to fucking say Alex Jones's name again? Alex Jones was the first indication of independent alternative media being as corrupt as the fucking mainstream. And yes, you could point to the fucking Sandy Hook thing. This motherfucker has been outwardly wrong about more shit. But because he's not CNN, he somehow is more credible. Reason being, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I feel like we can ask it pretty directly. His answer is he's a Yemeni who stands with Palestine.
Hasan will go on to greenlight the Houthis' mission of attacking civilian commercial ships on behalf of him and his entire chat.
We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
The whole point of this interview was to make this Houthi soldier seem relatable. He's just like me and you. One of his viewers would point this out, and Hasan would tell him to shut up.
Maybe explain why you're trying to get this type of humanizing information from. Okay, shut up, chatter. Come on, it's not like that's crazy. What does he have to say to dumbasses that consider him to be a terrorist? What does he think about that? That's my question. I just banned one of those stupid f***ers in the chat just now.
He says, who are they?
Just dumbasses.
Wow, what an insightful interview. When a viewer offered a real question for Hasan to ask, Hasan ignores it, instead asking about food.
Okay, what else do I want to ask? So, like, I mean, he's...
I mean, fuck, if I'm interviewing a terrorist, I got a couple questions. What the fuck eliminated me? Well, I guess it just wasn't supposed to be touched. Okay.
Ask him if he would stop going on boats if Israel stops the genocide. I mean, yeah, he's gonna say yes, Chad. What are you talking about? Those are like dumbass questions. Has he ever had like Western food?
Correct.
I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist. You interviewed a terrorist and you asked him about Western food. Kill me. 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 Kill me.
Great question. Hasan has woven an imaginary personality for this guy where he's not a Houthi, he's not anti-Semitic, he's basically just Anne Frank.
First of all, he wasn't Houthi. I asked him. He was like, I'm not.
This never happened in his interview. He's just lying. When the pirate was asked if he was a soldier on Instagram, he replied yes. Now his Instagram was banned, but this was still documented in news articles at the time. And who is the current governing body in Yemen? It's the Houthi. Stop believing in this lie from Hasan.
Many people said, oh, he's hiding it. He's PR trained, which is really funny to say about like some random fucking dude who can't even speak English.
You said that. It was because he wouldn't answer the only 2 serious questions you asked.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's very media trained, surprisingly, but okay.
Now, I used to think Hasan just had 0 critical thinking skills, but the truth is he's doing propaganda.
And I asked him, like, what do you think about Jewish people? What if I were to tell you that like Jewish people are leading the anti-Zionist movement in America? And he was like, that's great. I love them. That's awesome. Anyone who's against Israel is my friend.
Even here, Hasan is completely over-embellishing what was said.
Ask him what he thinks about the fact that in America, some of the like leading groups that are pro-Palestine are led by Jewish people who are anti-Israel. How does he feel about that?
He's saying anyone that supports Palestine, we're with.
Hell yeah.
That's it. That's all he said. The same media trained answer he's been giving Hasan all night. Hasan goes on and compares him to Anne Frank.
Like he is a person whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to Anne Frank, basically. Okay, being able to...
It'll never cease to amaze me how people somehow look at this and then wonder why Twitch is doing all this shit and advertisers are pulling their ads away from these fucking streamers. It'll never fucking surprise me. I'm lying. I'm completely shocked that advertisers pulled away from seeing a motherfucker be such a brand risk that they're promoting terrorism in front of everybody's fucking eyes.
We'll talk to Anne Frank. In real time.
Now, I don't remember Anne Frank being part of a militia group that boarded commercial vessels and took captives, shooting missiles at commercial ships that have nothing to do with their stated mission against Israel. But you know, Anne Frank had a diary. This guy had Twitter, so let's read it. Here's him saying you shouldn't be afraid of the Houthi unless you're a Jew. They are very afraid of this title. Here's him insulting his enemies by calling them son of a Jew. He would post pictures on the pirated ship saying ready for sacrifice, longing for martyrdom. Just like Anne Frank, he actually invited Hasan to join the Houthi in operations of Israeli ships. This guy posted an illustration of what he described to be a Zionist impaled on a stake, saying the executions we will carry out on all Zionists. This guy is anti-Semitic. The Houthi flag states death to America, death to Israel, a curse upon the Jews. And Hasan defends him, saying he's not anti-Semitic, he's just anti-Zionist.
He made a post saying he wants to kill all Zionists and posted a picture of a Jewish person being spiked to death. I don't think that's what he... What? Yeah, I don't know. Also, I don't even give a shit. This is why this entire conversation is fucking idiotic.
And this is why when y'all want to have these in-depth fucking conversations with these fucking spads on the internet, don't ever ask me to do it. Tim Pool's a fucking Russian spy and he's bald and he's insecure that no one fucking wants to touch him. Fresh and Fit, freaks who pay for pussy. Hasan, terrorist, rape apologist, rape supporter. If you're a rich white girl, you just deserve it at this point. Go hang out with the rich guys and go be their fucking prey because the poor people are too fucking poor to be having this to deal with. You know, they're too poor to have that happen to them. So, you know, rich white girl, fuck it. You're just going to be on the stake, Buki. And that's just the burden you have to bear because you're rich and you're white. I fucking guess.
It's not a Jewish person. He said, this is, I think if we're, why am I held accountable for some random fucking 19-year-old in Yemen?
Because you interviewed them and you constantly played defense for them and you made it known that, hey, instead of asking real questions after specifying you're a journalist, you wanted to ask him about fucking One Piece. I don't understand how these motherfuckers who run defense for him don't understand why everybody's constantly calling him a fucking terrorist.
Tweet, what is happening? How many steps removed are we from this situation? How is this a conversation that you want to have right now? I fucking despise all of you, dude. I do. I really do. I hate all of you.
You aren't responsible for his tweets, but you're constantly playing defense for this guy's anti-Semitism. I want to take a moment and talk about the word Zionist. All it means is someone who thinks Israel has the right to exist, which is 90% of Jewish people. Now, Hasan rarely gives the definition of Zionist. He uses it like a slur, the equivalent to Nazi.
Fascism is the underpinning ideological movement that
This is the same guy who got banned for saying cracker and has tried to justify his use of that slur ever since.
The Zionist ideology represents. Same as the Nazis.
The chatter is like, come to Israel and you can get a fuller perspective. And Hasan dogs him.
Yeah, where is that chatter? He was like, come to Israel. It's so beautiful here. You will see the conflict from my eyes.
Racist. Just a fucking completely racist fucking dog whistle of a fucking accent. We get it, bro. Like, we get it. You're fighting the wrong fight. We get it. You're just fighting that wrong fight, living it up. The most important meal of the day, serving it up Gary's way. Hey. Oh, anal
I should go to the old city so I
bleeding.
can get my fucking shit pushed in by some of the most inbred fundamentalist hicks who can enter Israel. What's more to say? Brother, I am not going to Nazi Germany, okay? I hope you understand this. And I mean this with all sincerity and with all disrespect.
And then you got Ethan, who's been very critical of Israel, but is constantly being called a Zionist by Assange chat for what other reason than him being Jewish.
Hassan's Discord, and by the way, to the people who are in that Discord, I saw everything you guys said. It was recorded, sent to me. What I saw in that Discord was universal, near universal praise for Hamas, near universal saying people deserved it, near universal people saying dudes who was like the hang gliders came in and showed him what's up, people saying he's spitting facts, near universal. People near universally calling me a Zionist pig and mass murdering genocidal freak.
Hassan indirectly supports this stuff because they're repeating it from him.
You fucking baying pig! You fucking bloodthirsty, violent pig dog! Suck my dick! You bad faith, apartheid defending, bloodthirsty, genocidal freak!
It doesn't...
Again, why am I doing this? Like, why would I possibly take the time to consider the feelings and the retrospective of any of these motherfuckers who actively sit here and support saying wild shit? Like, welcome to the fucking apartheid, motherfucker. Around here, you're going to be criticized and chastised for the dumb shit you say and do.
It seemed like a coincidence that his mod is wishing PTSD on soldiers in subgoing 9/11 reenactments.
I will never have any pity for any soldiers. The U.S. military? Who and who? I hope you get PTSD. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
She lives in Michigan, by the way.
And they posted it in my head. I'm like, base? Base? 6250. 9/11 baking stream with Raf and Capri. If we get to this goal by 9/11, Capri, Raf, and I will make the Twin Towers out of a stacked cake. And we'll make an airplane, and we'll recreate 9/11.
I support it if it's all jokes, but it's coming from their very real political opinions. It's not surprising that it's Hassan's friend group that goes on stage and does an Arab tier list where Hassan's at the top and Ethan's at the bottom.
This motherfucker said, this is a completely high of weed question, don't have to answer. Do you think evolution would naturally fix the rage bait, misinformation, radicalization, or does it need to be somewhat controlled speech? It absolutely needs to be controlled speech. No amount of evolution will change anything in regards to motherfuckers getting on camera, getting on internet, or doing anything and just blatantly lying. Nothing's stopping that. Nothing's stopping that. And motherfuckers straw man the fuck out of me, be like, oh, you don't support. I've publicly stated I am not a free speech advocate. I'm tired of motherfuckers saying they want to fuck kids. I'm tired of motherfuckers trying to have in-depth conversations about wanting to fuck kids. I'm tired of it. It's getting to a point where I have to start wondering if I need to just start calling the police every time I hear one of you people speak. It's getting to that point. It was already at that point necessarily, but it just needs to be understood that I'm tired of hearing you motherfuckers. I'm tired of hearing motherfuckers somehow support terrorism and then getting mad when consequences are met to them. I'm getting tired of motherfuckers wishing death on several individuals and then having to get on camera and do interviews saying, oh, well, I didn't mean it all. Like, it's getting tiresome. I got to finish making that fucking video about that one dumbass woman because she thought it'd be a great idea to just fucking, for some reason, like, oh, yeah, I want to fight all of you guys. I want to fight you guys. Yeah, I want to fight. And then it's like, oh, I didn't mean it. I was trying to stick up for women. It's just like, oh, God. No, you stupid fuck. That's not what you wanted to do. You wanted to fucking, you just wanted to test everybody's gangster. And it didn't work out for you. Why didn't you play when I hit the space bar?
Bottom. I'll let Ethan explain.
It's a panel hosted by Frogan and 4 of her friends, in which they have a tier list where they rate people where good is Arab and bottom is loves Sabra. Sabra is a very popular hummus brand. I know in Israel, it's pretty much in everybody's refrigerator. They've been the subject of the pro-Palestine boycott. I mean, it's kind of just Arab good, Jew bad.
Hassan.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder where they're gonna put Hassan. I'm gonna guess they're gonna put him in Arab.
Hassan is Turkish, but he's a brother.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, I think he'd be on Arab coded.
I mean, I would put him in Arab to be honest.
I would put him also in Arab.
Which is great. That's the good one. That's the one you want.
Ethan Klein.
I told you guys to Klein.
This is a good reaction.
That was a good one.
Oh, Jewish.
Where's the? You guys are missing a category for Zionist. That was a joke. That was just a joke.
Yeah, the Zionist tier for Ethan because he's a Zionist and that's bad. Wink, wink. 90% of Jews, by the way.
I'm stand.
We're very proud of you, Benham, for bringing anti-Semitism right on stage, and you guys are killing it.
Hasan read about this situation on stream and left, fully supporting the streamers.
Many interpret the ranking as one from Arab to Jew. One panelist added, I'll just say it, there should be an even lower category called Zionist, which was met with applause from the audience.
People have downloaded and documented Hasan's chat, and is constantly calling people like Ethan Zionist dogs, soulless scum. They hate anyone who thinks Israel should exist. So if 90% of Jews are Zionist, and you and your community hate Zionists, it comes off as using the same coded language as the Nick Fuentes crowd.
Need to do is all this movement that's around, Jews do this. This needs to stop. This really needs to stop, and we need to focus on Zionism, Israel, Israelis. Start calling them Zionists. Start calling it Israel. Stop using the name Jews, because this is what gets you demonetized. As for Nick Fuentes, replace that word Jew with Zionist. I don't think you'll have that many issues.
When presented with that fact, Hasan calls everyone a Nazi.
That's why people don't understand, like, there's no difference between what Nazis say when they say, oh, 95% of Jews love Zionism, 95% of Jews are Zionists. Nazis say that. You know who else says that? Dumb fucking Zionists who think that is a way to defend Zionism.
In response to this criticism, Hasan just starts pointing to every anti-Zionist Jew he knows, as if that somehow changes the facts. I'm actually friends with a Jewish guy, and he's anti-Zionist, so I got a pass.
All of my friends that I've made through, obviously, my political acts and also my career in online media or media in general are some of the most aggro anti-Zionists you've ever met.
You wouldn't be able to say you hate 90% of an ethnic group and not get banned on most of these websites. I'm genuinely asking, at what point is it just a dog whistle? So is Hasan anti-Semitic? I don't know, but every action he takes comes off that way. Jewish people are getting beat up in the streets of the Netherlands after a soccer match, and Hasan thinks it's funny.
Maccabi Tel Aviv hooligans are getting attacked right now in the Netherlands after ignoring the minute of silence for Valencia victims and singing racist chants about the extermination of Arabs. Dutch Moroccans are making them aware that this isn't...
It's for the children! For the children!
What the fuck? What is happening? Is this ceased to be funny and now I'm in a bad mood? I mean, it's still kind of funny that it's like... Well, not this. I don't know what's happening.
Well, then what's funny about it, Hasan? Because this is the story. He then just moves on and never addresses it again. The next day, he'd talk about it like it's a meme.
This is the funny. Yeah, I mean, this is correct. Soccer fans beating each other up. What has happened to Europe? I mean, it's my assessment. When I first heard about it, I was like, wow, I'm shocked to find out that soccer fans are fighting.
These Israeli fans are not innocent. They were chanting threats to Arabs, being racist.
They rolled in a town where Mossad agents started and is now a pogrom because they lost a traditional Euro-style soccer fight.
But it's just one more instance of him downplaying the violence when it comes to Jews. When people bring up the rapes on October...
I didn't think Hasan would be this stupid. The problem is you have too much faith in online people, and it speaks to the volumes of which you trust as information. The problem with a lot of people in common society is that they look towards a easier form of consuming information instead of actually doing the boring thing, which is doing the research your fucking self. Because when doing the research your fucking self, you're able to shut down a lot of shit. There's a reason why, in terms of a lot of fucking content creators, this election year has made me lose a drastic amount of respect, because they're willfully lying in front of a bunch of people in order to gain traction, views, monetary gain, and otherwise. And then when you called it out, as apparently you're the big bad evil boogeyman, because how dare you have respect for the amount of people who bother to watch your fucking content and not waste their fucking time with anecdotal speech that no one will be able to fucking backtrace in any form of reasonable manner, and then try to get in front of the impressionable younger generation and say my side is the side that wants to worry about the future of the world, as they don't do anything that actually benefits the future of the world. They do shit to fuck them over. Start reading more. If you start reading more, you don't have these problems.
Verse 7, he scoffed, sometimes outright denying that they even happened.
What rapes did Hezbollah do? Bro, what rapes did Hamas do? What are you talking about?
Hamas has committed horrific acts of sexual violence and took...
Women and girls, men and boys, slaughtered after enduring sexual violence. The deadliest day...
Imagine hearing about somebody getting raped and you just say, whatever. Just imagine it. Just imagine that's the type of mindset you have, you know? And you have less knowledge on the subject as the fucking government. Like, you know, it's me versus that fucking good old American government that specializes in finding all this fucking information out. Yay.
For the Jewish people.
Women were horribly raped. As I said then, I say today, Israel had a right...
What message does he think he's sending? There's a reason Myron's trying to relate to him on Twitter. It's not an accident his entire chat thinks this was based and cool.
For the children! For the children!
Too based, let's go. Haha, rip bozo, we must continue to protest. Hasan may feel like he's made this clear distinction between Zionists and Jews, but his chat clearly isn't picking up on it, his friends aren't either, and he clearly doesn't care enough to correct them. And that brings us back to the Houthi. Let's be real, guys, if we can't call a Houthi terrorist whose motto is to destroy the only Jewish state and put a curse upon the people, promising to put him on spikes, if we can't even call him anti-Semitic, then the word is meaningless. Nobody fits its definition. In the past, I talked about how Hasan radicalized his audience. I even confronted him about it. You should check check it out. But lately he's been trying to radicalize other Twitch streamers. I don't think people realize how insane this is. Hasan starts off by saying propaganda is bad and that most people don't realize Israel's doing it.
Most people still operate on the boundaries of like, oh no, Israel's the Jewish state. Of course, they're doing this for the Jews and all Jews actually care about Israel, yada, yada, yada. That's not the case, but that's how propaganda works. So for that reason, I'm just letting you know, they will call you anti-Semitic. You shouldn't say a lot of the things I'm saying.
Keep in mind.
Nick's like, I'm my own man. I can determine that for myself.
I don't really give a f what people say about me in general because I just don't care.
Hasan then puts on terrorist propaganda.
Do you want to see a Houthi musical? Sure. These were the people that the Saudis were killing, by the way, just so you know, these musically gifted individuals.
Yeah.
I just can't, bro. I'm just.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Look at Nick's face.
And it's the fact that the piece of shit knew what it was and just left his friend in the fucking room to watch that shit because he knew what everyone else knew. If he gets caught watching this shit, it's bad. And he could blanket it by saying, oh, no, it's just a music video, bro. What are you talking about, bro? It's just a music video, bro. Calm down. What are you, a Houthi? Like, what the fuck are you? Are you a Zionist pig? No. You're not. Your culture. You're a part of the Hasan group. Yeah.
Yes, some of these people look like teenagers, child soldiers. Hasan comes back and Nick asks, what are you showing me? Hasan then tries to indoctrinate him.
This is a 3-minute video of, what do you mean a music video? When you said music video, I'm expecting like bad example, Chris Brown dancing, you know?
No, they do like,
what
they do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Dog, what do you, look, you think I made this?
I know they're singing, but I'm seeing this guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
No, it is. They do musicals about like their actions all the time.
Yeah, they're militarized actions. Hasan paused on a screen with an entire crowd holding signs saying death to America, death to Israel, a curse upon the Jews.
And they love walking over. They love walking over like the American flag and the Israeli flag side by side. They will always like march on it. I'm surprised they haven't done it yet.
That's Hasan.
Yeah, that sparks the. That's not propaganda at all. They're walking on American flags side by side, bro. Yeah. I don't mean to sound like, oh, I'm so proud to be an American, but let's be real here. This is not, this shit is ridiculously fucking slow on biblical levels. I can't fucking stand it.
Hasan's favorite part. Hasan then pulls up a trade map and justifies the Houthis shooting commercial vessels, many of which are not related to Israel.
What they immediately start doing is they start saying, oh, Israel, you're going to blow up Palestinians? Well, guess what? We're going to blow you up.
He thinks they're cool.
All they did was basically, walk around with like blades in their fucking belts and look cool. I mean, I want to ask him about the knife. The knives are sick.
He says if one of those knives comes out in front of you, it's not going back until it has blood on it.
Oh, shit. Okay, my bad. Well, I mean, I think it's cool, though. And make musicals. They make a lot of musicals. I can show you some of them in a second.
Oh, okay.
Well, it turns out they do more than that. They go, listen, you want to fucking bring a ship through here? We're going to take it. So that's exactly what the Houthis start doing. They start sending in helicopters onto fucking ships and taking over the ships
like
and
Rust.
going, it's our ship. Yes, exactly like Rust. Okay, look at this. They got the Palestinian flag that they painted under the helicopter, the Yemen flag. They start overtaking the ship.
This ship is called the Galaxy Leader. It was departing from Turkey and going to India. The crew is not Israeli. It was not going to Israel. Hasan is hyped about innocent civilians being held captive.
This is like a hostile. They're streaming this?
Yeah, they're flexing.
What? And they're coming in hot with guns.
Yeah, but you have to understand, this is a deterrent, right? So like their goal is to film it and show it to the world. So like other companies literally are like,
what the fuck is he talking about? This motherfucker who has no in-depth knowledge about what the fuck is going on, because I guarantee you he can't speak their fucking language, is sitting there saying that these motherfuckers are doing an ad campaign. Man, get the fuck, bro.
Like, okay, we're not going to use the trade route anymore. All of a sudden, if you don't use the trade route, trade gets more expensive for the West. All of a sudden, if you can't use that trade route, the Israeli port is going to get bankrupt. Israel is not going to be able to get the materials in time that they need for waging their war. Israeli society is going to start getting upset. They're going to be like, I can't get my treats. I can't get my Amazon Prime deliveries. What the fuck is going on? I hate this. Israel sucks. I'm leaving Israel. That's the goal.
He thinks Israeli society is going to collapse and everyone's going to leave the country en masse because their Amazon package is more expensive. How does anyone take this guy's political analysis seriously?
They take it over. And they tell the people in the ship, usually like mostly Filipino people, Filipino crews, and they're like, all right, we got no problems with you, but you're coming with us. We're taking over the ship. So they did that.
And these people are still held hostage to this day. In another stream, Hasan would mourn the leadership of Hezbollah getting killed.
Hassan Nasrallah was assassinated.
Wait, what'd you say?
Hassan Nasrallah.
Who's that?
He's the leader of Hezbollah, the general secretary of Hezbollah. Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization that is also a part of the Lebanese parliament.
Do we like them or no?
I think as a resistance group, they're pretty successful against Israel. But everybody hates them. Like everybody in the region, a lot of people don't like them. Like
I like what you like.
I don't have an issue with them, let's just say.
He romanticizes the guy. His chat thinks Hezbollah is based.
Can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah based. I mean, listen, a lot of these dudes, you see them in their fucking fits, and you hear about like some of their attitudes about like gay people, for example, and you immediately resort to Orientalist perspectives, not realizing that these motherfuckers are better read than you by a million.
Hezbollah as a whole has a complicated history. My problem with Hassan is that there's no nuance. He's constantly glorifying them. You must be a racist if you don't like the leader of Hezbollah.
Like, it's not a broken clock situation. No, dude. Half of these dudes literally get educated in America and in the UK. What the fuck are you guys talking about? This is why it's Orientalist. To literally look at these dudes and go, oh no, they're fucking barbaric baboons, and like sometimes they get this right. No, dude.
They are a group of people that hate gays, and knowing your history with trying to be the one gay who knows how to speak on all issues, yeah, bro, I think you'd fit right in with them. I think you'd fit right in with each and every one. You terroristic fucking sympathizer. I don't seem to understand. I'm still personally struggling to figure out how in fuck did we get to a point where a motherfucker feels so emboldened to fucking promote, platform, not really have too much of a problem with supporting terrorism and defend it by law, by the letter of the fucking law. Like, he's just constantly fucking defending it. And it's like, you want him to stop, but it's like he won't, because again, it's Hasan, and Hasan is an inbred who's just dumber than a fucking stump. It's like watching paint mold into whatever the fuck it gets molded into. And it's just disturbingly slow to me how this keeps going in a manner that makes no fucking sense. The guy's a fucking idiot. I don't understand how people are still watching Hasan and doing, well, I appreciate it being your first time chat. We got a fucking first time chatter in this fucker. But you know why people still watch Hasan? It's exactly what I said like 3 minutes ago. People are so intelligently stunted that they refuse to seek out actual information and true information. Their goal is to seek out what's the most consumable. What is the most consumable piece of media that I could fucking find? And it's streamers, it's YouTubers, it's people who make it all quick and easy because they're too lazy to do research. That is why they often get praised outwardly for some fucking reason. And the people who actually put forth the effort in making content for you motherfuckers to consume that's actually knowledgeable get pushed to the back burner or get told that what they're doing is not as important as, oh my God, I'm supporting terrorism today, LOL. Which is why, again, I state with a feather in my cap, I've lost a drastic level of respect for several content creators in this election year because I've learned that it ain't about, oh my God, actually getting true information out there. It's about saying my side is the one that's going to lead to prosperity, even though for years, both sides have all done everything possible to fuck over the common American man or the common American woman. You know, because women still exist, even though I could have sworn they were all going to get eradicated via whatever the fuck people voted for. I still don't know what you fuckers voted for. No one voted for me. That's all I really know.
Dude, he knows. It's crazy. He's read more books than you could ever imagine.
I can't even imagine the books. He's like 5 Barnes and Nobles. Hassan isn't educating people on other opinions. He's radicalizing them. When asked by a viewer if Hassan would denounce terrorism just to get people off of his back, Hassan couldn't do it.
Just denounce terrorists? I do. Your voice speaks loud. Do with that what you will. I denounce terrorists every day. I denounce the terror state of Israel every day. I denounce America's actions that are state-sponsored terror every day.
So how have we gotten to this point? How has Hassan been allowed to do this unpunished? Well, it's because Twitch supports him. Sneeko, Fresh and Fit, as well as the Houthi terrorists were all unbanned on Twitch. None of this makes any sense because these guys promote that Hitler was right. Meanwhile, it was discovered that Twitch blocked everyone in Israel-Palestine from creating accounts on desktop since October 13th, 2023. Now, you could argue that this makes sense because there's a war going on and they don't want footage on their website. But they didn't do this with Russia and Ukraine. In fact, they never blocked a country like this before. And then you realize everyone in Palestine gets their internet from Egypt, Jordan, or Lebanon. So this only affects Israelis. Twitch has ignored Israelis complaining about this for months. This led Dan, Destiny's co-host, to do an investigation on Twitch's anti-Semitism. And what he found was insane. Twitch's current head of trust and safety was fired from her previous job due to having too strong of opinions on Israel-Palestine. And Reddit would talk about how Israel is still blocked by Twitch a year later. Her former employee would joke, what has anyone from Israel done for Twitch? Isn't it all surprising that someone that works under her has this mentality? So between this, Sneeko Myron, a terrorist, Hassan Frogan, and the Arab tier list being streamed live from TwitchCon, people finally called the duck a duck and labeled Twitch anti-Semitic. And it's hard to argue against it. Twitch is clearly not enforcing its TOS when it comes to comments made about veterans or Jews. I got a whole video on Sneeko. Watch it. How is this guy unbanned on Twitch? TOS clearly states that you can't show terrorist propaganda. Meanwhile, Hassan promotes it and nothing happens. He gets sung happy birthday from Twitch staff. Happy birthday, dear Hassan.
It's crazy.
It's a level of dick suck that I will never truly fucking understand. Like that, no way. You can't tell me a motherfucker ain't bought or like bought into the fucking Y'all remember when motherfuckers was like, oh my God, everybody has all this fucking preferential treatment to all these fucking countries. This has got to be the biggest fucking example of that. This motherfucker is getting sung happy birthday by executives of a fucking streaming platform. Hello?
Made a website called Twitch or Terrorist.
Hello?
Where you can guess who said the quote, a Twitch streamer or an actual terrorist. America deserves 9/11. Well, terrorists did pull it off. Nope, it's Assad. If Hezbollah is a terrorist organization, then America is the top terrorist organization. It could go either way. Let's play it safe and say terrorist. Nope, it's Assad again. Let's play the clip.
Oh my God, well, Hezbollah is a terrorist organization. Dog, if Hezbollah is a terrorist organization, then America is the top terrorist organization, which it is, by the way. America is the top dog in terrorism, and so is Israel.
What makes a terrorist group is that they pursue their political goals by targeting the civilian population. This should not be glorified. Assad dismisses all of that and just calls everyone racist.
What the fuck are you talking about? No, what you meant to say is Hezbollah is Muslim. Okay? That's what you meant to say. What you meant to say is they're Muslim.
No.
So of course, as
they're Muslim.
it's
Yeah. Because every army actually is a terrorist organization that's Muslim. That's probably what this chair is saying. This chair thinks Egyptian army terrorist, Moroccan army terrorist.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous. The political bias from Twitch here is insane. How do you moderate your site as much as Twitch and then let all of this slide unless you're being anti-Semitic? So Dan started targeting Twitch's advertisers until Twitch decided to enforce their TOS evenly. Finally, Twitch started to ban people. Sneeko and Fresh and Fit were removed, and the 4 people on the tier list panel were banned temporarily. But not
Hooray.
out of sound. And because of the stalemate, some creators have reported losing up to 80% of their ad revenue.
You know what my problem is? I'm gonna say it. I'm not even pissed off at the streamers for doing this fucking crazy shit. I'm pissed off at Twitch for allowing it to get to this point. Facilitating it, allowing it, condoning it, or turning a blind eye.
To me, it seems like a no-brainer to temporarily ban them and get all of your ads back. But no, everyone has to suffer. They refuse to enforce their TOS. Either unban everyone for their edgy political opinions or start to enforce your TOS evenly. Assad's politics have become more and more extreme over the past year. He runs the fence for terrorists who post Jewish people on spikes.
Look at the evidence he provided. I know all the evidence that he provided. I'm familiar with. Yeah, he's a Yemeni teen with a gun.
He laughs at cops getting shot.
Watch out! Are you okay?
So like when unfortunate things happen to Hasan and I laugh, don't ever, I categorically dare you motherfuckers to even try to fucking tell me that I shouldn't laugh at this.
And as of this year, he's doubled down. He stands by it, thinks it's hilarious.
Are you okay? Oh, God. Are you... Still good. Still good. Yo, that still bangs, dude. Yo, that's funny as...
He thinks it's funny when Jews get jumped.
Children! For the children! I mean, it's still kind of funny. Soccer fans beating each other up. What has happened to Europe?
He often denies and scoffs when people bring up the October 7th rapes.
Bro, what rapes did Hamas do? What are you talking about?
Women were horribly raped. As I said then, I say today.
And hey, this is one of the people that made sure that, let it be known, really supporting Kamala isn't really the best interest. So, you know, when y'all looking for reasons why Kamala lost, I'll give you one. I'll give you one. That right there. That's a reason right there. That's one valid reason. Wasn't Bernie supposed to do a stream with this motherfucker and they nixed that shit because this motherfucker is not somebody y'all want next to a Democrat. It's not gonna be good PR.
Israel had a...
And it's fully backed by Twitch at the cost of all other creators. The video doesn't even go into the countless lies and slander he spreads about other creators. He's a coward, hiding behind his race or the dead bodies of Palestinians rather than owning up to his mistakes.
Probably just need to bite the bullets of what? Just stop covering Gaza? Stop speaking to the humanity of the victims?
And we will get to that next video. Subscribe to the channel and be sure to check out Rocket Money. Shout out to the homies over on Patreon. Beebs, Crimson.
I like Willy. Keep dropping your Willy on him, Willy. Ugh. You gotta keep dropping your Willy on him, Willy. Why? Because it's just not. It's moronic. It's just fucking moronic. Hearing this fucker speak is definitely a choice made by people who drastically hate their own IQ. Hasan's laugh sounds like a bird trying to suck the... Yeah. He's a terrorist sympathizer. He's a terrorist propagandist who doesn't really have the fucking mental fortitude to keep shit going in any capacity. And he's not the only one. It's several people who drastically refuse to fucking actually be normal, or even in a more drastic case, credible. Because being that is akin to being a slave to humanity. And how could anyone become a slave to humanity? No. Absolutely not. It can't happen. No, 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 no. I'm angry listening to him, but I'm torn because I do believe in free speech and I always believe that sunshine was best disinfectant. But if he bans opposing views, is he supporting free speech? No. That's why I get rid of you motherfuckers. I'm not no free speech advocate, nor do I want to be. I feel like being that is a waste of my own fucking time. I feel like that doesn't net me any positives. I feel like it nets me a lot of negatives. You feel me? Is that it? I'm done. Is that it? Is that all I got? Is that all I got? I mean, there is this fucking Gideon video. It's like, motherfucker said this Gideon video is like bad. Not like bad as in, oh my God, it exposes Gideon. Bad as in the motherfucker who made it really doesn't have a leg to stand on. Do I want to stomach this shit? Is it about the money for Hasan anymore, or does he just joke, or does he fix your English? That's what you do. You worry about that. Fix your fucking English. Do I wanna? Oh God, speed it up. It's a fucking hour. We gotta go based off of the three. We gotta go off the 3 strike rule. We gotta go off the 3 strike rule. We gotta go off the 3 strike rule. Why does Twitch as a site allow this kind of stuff to be discussed in general? I don't have a problem with this shit being discussed. I have a problem with motherfuckers glorifying terrorism. Now, you can talk about terrorism all you want. I feel like I've done it at least twice. But when you're glorifying this shit, you have a problem. That's strike one. That's strike one. I don't want to hear about that as a young black man shit. First, what video? He took a fucking video down? Why? First of all, pro tip, my good man, because I understand that maybe you want to fucking be a YouTuber. We can't hear. Oh, my bad. My bad. Turn the audio off for a second because I didn't want y'all to hear the quartering thing and then be like, no, don't turn it on. Like, I didn't want y'all to hear that. But never delete YouTube videos unless you come out with something drastically incorrect. Don't delete YouTube videos. Like, don't do it. It'll never be a fucking thing of substance to fucking do.
Can't believe I'm really doing this. Quick little disclaimer, this video is scripted, so if I look to my second monitor, just know I'm reading off what I wrote. So after being ridiculed and dragged by Gideon's fans, I'm finally responding. You're probably wondering why I took down my video. The short answer is to deliver a powerful message. The long answer is that I said on stream I'd take it down. And despite the fact I definitely have numerous reasons to keep it up, like Gideon hate rating me, the fact the video isn't entirely wrong in his usage of manipulative tactics during our conversation. However, as a young black man, I need to carry myself to a much higher standard, and that's the world we live in. I need to keep my word and use this video to not only rectify the original, but to deliver the message that I can make a well-researched and good response. So with that being said, Gideon is still weird. That's my opinion on him after he responded to me, but he is a respectable weirdo, I guess. If you don't want to watch this entire video,
there's no such thing as a respectable weirdo, just so you all know.
Just want a quick summary TLDR, watch this clip.
And just to be straightforward, would I do content on this in the future? Yes, I'm not gonna like sugar. Yeah, I would. Whenever they ask me to do a video, I would hop in the video because I genuinely enjoy being in their videos, man.
Yes, that's Gideon admitting on live publicly that he would still work with MrBeast after the allegations. This essentially proves my original video's point. Gideon would still associate with horrible people like that post allegations. And if that doesn't...
So look, because I'm not tuned into these fucking allegations. Last I heard, everything regarding well, I ain't gonna say everything. Majority of what was said about MrBeast has been found to be somewhat bull. So I would hope that whoever is fucking co-signing any of this knows how to operate in terms of A, This is not how we fucking want to do this shit.
To tell you enough about his character, you should continue watching. But before I respond to everything Gideon had to say about me, let me get some obligatories out the way. I do have an ounce of respect for Gideon due to his willingness to converse on Discord. Despite his manipulative tactics used during our conversation and inability to actually address anything, which is also called galloping, I will touch on that later. Yes, my original video was bad. Yes, Gideon did have a good point about my video's presentation. I believe that given the seriousness of my video, I have to have a certain level of accountability when presenting my information. Despite my own gripes about Gideon misrepresenting certain points, I can't fully hold him accountable due to my own poor presentation. So thank you, Gideon, for teaching me that I have to be thorough when going for you YouTube titles. I also want to say, I am not Christian. Hold on. Before you click off.
That's not strike two. I just don't care. I don't care that you're not a Christian. What does that mean? I don't give a fuck that Gideon's a fucking Christian. I don't give a fuck that any of these people use Christianity to start laughing and talking shit about things. It's not really interesting.
Hear me out. Understand that I am a firm believer in God. I grew up in a Christian household. I'm still in this Christian household. As you can see, literally back there is a cross plus a cross necklace on that wooden cross. My point is that even an atheist could spot the cognitive dissonance Gideon shows. Let me put it like this. Gideon claims to be godly and a Christian, but would knowingly associate with some of YouTube's worst. And don't worry, when I say worst, I'm going to elaborate on that. Also, where did the gay allegations come from? That's just whatever. But with all that being said, let's eviscerate Gideon.
I feel like the only way I would know about even half of this shit is if I was unemployed. But the problem is,
every underdog story has a beginning. So let's start there. I uploaded a video criticizing Gideon because based off of what I was seeing about him on YouTube and other social media, I thought he was a weirdo. I was right, but to be specific, I criticized him on who he associates with. As said in my original video, I believe friends are a reflection of you. And so I called out Gideon because he continued to platform Sneeko, who at the time was making false allegations on his friend Brandon Buckingham. I also called out
first of all, horrendous fucking defense by me.
Gideon for platforming John Zerka, a racist, and finally called him out for what I believe was a recent collaboration / association with Logan Paul, KSI, and MrBeast. Now, regarding MrBeast specifically, I ended up being wrong about this whole recent association, but in a roundabout way, I was right about Gideon associating with him because he admitted that he would still work with MrBeast post allegations, but I am getting ahead of myself. So Gideon ended up reacting to my video on stream. As he did, I was visiting my school to watch a volleyball game. Stay with me here. I was notified of this because Gideon told his fans to comment on all of my social medias to let me know. I was then bombarded by the Gideon cult. I mean, literally, roasting his cult-like fan base at me, which is highly irresponsible of him. And I'm pretty sure that's against Twitch TOS, but more on that later. Eventually, I got into contact with Gideon and we had a conversation, and that conversation went bad near the end. Before I continue, I want to say I don't think that stream is fully indicative of my viewpoints or even my stance on some of the issues discussed. I want to be clear, there were two pressures set on me at the time during this conversation. The pressure that I needed to go and watch the volleyball game I was currently attending, which essentially set a time limit on me for this conversation. To circumvent this, I did tell Gideon we could always postpone it until I got home, so there would be no connection issues, no time limit. However, this led me to my second pressure. Gideon saying that essentially if I did wait, there's a chance we won't talk again. I'm just not
Gay internet personal drama perpetuated by a bunch of people who fixate on the need to respond to motherfuckers who you're never going to see in real life. And if you do and they touch you or walk up to you or do anything to you, call the police. That's fucking Darren McFadden, boy. Get good, dick, and we're taking it to the fucking house. Stop, I'm sorry.
Like, I'm just saying, man, like, I mean, if you'd rather go watch a volleyball game, this sets an implied ultimatum that I either sit here and talk in an unfavorable position or I wait and potentially never get a chance to defend myself on Gideon's platform.
I would argue that you should just go live your fucking life because who the fuck is Gideon to you? You can continue to make content. Your content is not stifled because some motherfucker you made a video about is pissy at you. Go live your fucking life. Anybody who thinks that they could stop a motherfucker's entire fucking day to, oh my God, you're never going to touch me again? Okay. You a fuck? Motherfucker, you don't pay my bills. You don't make me money, motherfucker.
Obviously, I picked the former, and we talked on stream. I say this to say that I don't want to appear as if I'm backtracking, but given those conditions, it made it hard to stay on topic and really, for lack of better words, press Gideon on the questions.
Remember what I said earlier about motherfuckers who are like, oh my God, you're this, you're that, and you could just respond easily. Like for example, if Hasan were to be like, oh, you're either going to talk to me now or you're never going to speak to me again. Okay, terrorist sympathizer, I'll just never speak to you at all. And only a dumb fuck would be like, you passed up a chance of a life pick. You passed up the chance of a lifetime to eviscerate Hasan. Oh, to live my life? Yeah, all right, buddy. Because I'm supposed to stop my fucking life in order to speak to a motherfucker who's a terrorist sympathizer. Yeah.
That needed to be asked. But I'm not skipping any chapters of this book. So let's just start with his reaction and let's debunk that. So for this section, I'm going to debunk the most important parts or anything I believe Gideon is misrepresenting or adding clarification to Gideon's commentary as I see fit. I will try to get through this as quickly as possible because this entire stream segment is 2 hours, which I find kind of comical being that he had the audacity to point out that I made an 11-minute video on him. Also, if it's kind of jumpy between each parts, please forgive me. Once again, I'm just trying to get through this as fast as possible so we can get to the conversation. But from here,
you can't get through something without being thorough as fuck. Like, I get the need to want to speed run this, but your video is an hour. So the concept of doing things to save a little bit of time means absolutely nothing.
Now, for the most part, is going to be important part, response, and so on. Let's begin.
We filmed this all the way in early July. All of this happened before all that. Bro, we recorded this before the Chris stuff even came out. Like, I'm not even joking. We filmed this before the Chris stuff even came out. And then second off, bro, I know all this stuff about MrBeast and everything, man, but I'm just going off of how I've been around him, how his team's treated me and everything. Like, bro, you know what I mean? He's a good dude. Like, Tyler, Carl, and Chandler. They be the ones that always invite me, man. They always invite me, bro. And whenever they invite me to a video, bro, I'm pulling up, man. I'm pulling up because I genuinely have such a good time.
So to save you from a yap session, because he repeats the same spiel to me during our conversation. Jadeon claims that after the allegations, MrBeast is a good dude because he got treated well. Well, Jadeon, nope, you're having a good time. You're a huge YouTuber with a fan base. Why would MrBeast lower that facade around you? It would obviously backfire on him, given the nature of your audience and your platform.
Literally, this was all before all that stuff came out, man. This dude just assuming like oh man, Jadeon's just feeding for clout. Like, bro, I built that video before all that stuff came out, man. But bro, like, I like shooting on videos with them. Chandler's a really good dude, bro. But I don't make a video with Chandler because he works for MrBeast. I just say logic. Where's Chandler?
And guess what? This is a horrendous fucking way to go about it. If the fucking video or all the shit about MrBeast is true, but at current standing, seems like the motherfuckers who promoted all that shit have been drastically wrong. If not about all of it, a good significant chunk that will call into question a lot of everything else that they've spewed about MrBeast. Which is probably, when you're making videos about motherfuckers and how they act, which you don't want to have happen. I would think if you're trying to expose a motherfucker for being like a degenerate or any of this shit, I would think you would want everything to be correct, because if even one thing ends up being wrong, it ends up damaging the reputation of the rest of the fucking video, which again, probably not something you want.
Chandler's video.
This doesn't make sense because you still work with MrBeast, regardless of the allegations. So even if you did do anything pre-allegations, your point is no, because you continue to work with him after that. Also, I'm gonna tell you why I'm not making a Chandler video. If these people are still around MrBeast, it's obvious they're weird. But
so wait a minute, you're more focused on Gideon, but you're not gonna make a video about anything regarding whoever the fuck Chandler is? Or Chris, or maybe you did make one about Chris Tyson, and I just don't know about it because I'm discovering you now in real time, mon ami. I'm discovering you in this moment, regardless.
Also, as a black man, someone in our community, someone with
you know what? I can't give a strike two to something I've already heard. Never mind. I'm not doing it. Not doing it.
I'm going to speak on you. I'm not going to speak on a weird white man. I'm going to speak on the guy that represents us because that's what I'm directly involved in. I'll say it though.
You know what? I'm gonna actually expand on this because you got these dipshit motherfuckers who like to virtue signal their way around ignoring the video that I make. Oh my God. A black man, I keep using this example because still to this day, it's the matter of fact, fuck it, I have a new egregious example. Oh my God, a black man got mad at a fucking video game and he threw his baby at a fucking wall. And he just so happened to be black. And a nihilistic motherfucker will come around and be like, oh, you should be, where's your video on the white people that fucking shoot up schools? Hell to my ever-lovingest O. Are you not going to pay attention to the key fucking issue of what is in front of your face? Like, I get it. You want to not address black people. I get it. But I'm not going to participate in that fun little game with you because it's not fun. And also, I'm black, so that means I could fucking record a video whenever the fuck I want.
So, if niggas are working cool with MrBeast, post allegations, they're weird. Chandler included. I'm not gonna make a video on them because that's not my community. You are, Jadeon.
And despite, Sneeko doing that, falsely accusing him of begging to do that, Jadeon will continue to platform him and stream with him and continue being cool with him. Bro, I literally publicly condemned Sneeko. I told Sneeko to his face, I said, you're wrong for that. Like, even back then, I told Sneeko, I said it on stream, I said,
who are all of these people? Continue to have that mindset. That means you have a job.
you're wrong for lying like that. Rather than checking Sneeko for, literally.
Even if you don't have a job, you with that mindset lets me know you're gonna end up making more money than all of these people.
Like throwing around the R word.
Now, the only thing Jadeon got me on here is the fact that he did publicly check Sneeko and he did condemn Sneeko on live. That was a mistake on my end, and I'll apologize for it.
Using R-word accusations is the worst thing ever, and I told Sneeko that to his face that he's wrong. He doesn't want to believe it, but he is.
However, that does not dismiss the numerous streams you did with Sneeko after the fact. Okay, you condemn the act of false allegations, but you continue to stream with them? You're gonna platform someone's false accuser? Okay, yeah, I get it. I got the checking part wrong. That's my mistake. But did you guys peep how Jadeon never actually answered why he kept streaming with him? That's interesting. And then after this, he actually attempts to get on the phone with Brandon, but we're just gonna fast forward a little bit.
Actually, matter of fact, I might just link the video of him talking about this entire thing and why he doesn't like Jadeon and other creators who have backstabbed. But bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. It's also weird to not like somebody off of somebody else's experience that you don't even know. I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, make a full 11-minute video talking about two people that I don't know. That's a different level of hate. That's a crazy level of hate, man, bro.
Dog, I can't believe I actually have to say this, but observing how people treat other people and forming your own opinion on them is normal. For example, if you're gonna witness someone being rude to their server at a restaurant, you form an opinion on them because that's how they're treating other people. People are gonna form opinions, especially if they consume your content and you're a popular figure. I really don't get the 11-minute video criticism here. The whole segment was 2 hours, like I said, but this is not hate, okay? Like I said during our convo, I peeped things I didn't like, so I spoke on it on my platform. I don't hate you. That's beneath me. I do, however, not like you.
Another thing that Jadeon had.
So you hate him. That's a bitch's way of getting around the obvious, bro. Just say you hate him. Like, oh, I don't like you. If I don't like you, I hate you. It's the same fucking thing. Like, we don't need these bitch-made fucking scenarios coming up in our ether because, oh my God, we just so happen to not figure out how to communicate. You hate Gideon, and it's fine. And you have this unrealistic, stupid-ass expectation of what the fuck is supposed to be done because, as you stated, you're a black man. As if that fucking means anything. you're a human being, which means you're a fucked up creature.
Has done is use the platform Zerka, or John Zerka, whatever his name is. Now, if you know who Zerka is, you probably know because, oh my gosh, bro, he's one of those platform dudes, bro. He invited Zerka in, that was the first time. Then I think I had him on one other time after that. Let me see. I'm gonna look up how many videos I have with Zerka. Bro, even if I platformed him, when he was on some weird stuff, talking and kissing on little girls.
I know who Sneeko is and MrBeast, but I don't think I've ever watched anything longer than a clip of them unless watching Leon. When the fuck did I ever do anything? I mean, technically, the MrBeast thing is because of the Chris Tyson motherfucker. Sneeko is just a British cigarette, bro. Like, I don't know. Again, that's another one of those motherfuckers who, I don't know why y'all listen to that. I guess it's just because y'all need, like, somebody to fucking hold y'all during the day, and I guess that's who it is. Fine. But don't ever expect somebody like me to fucking respect you at that point.
Girls and stuff. I mean,
it's like when any motherfucker be like, oh my god, these red pillars, they've said things right. When? What the fuck have they said that's right? That's their own original thought. Not once. Anything they say, I've heard in a Disney movie. Believe in yourself, The Lion King. Let go of the past, Meet the Robinsons. Believe in your ability to fucking overcome the challenges. Cars 1, 2, and 3.
Video about it.
Yes, Gideon, I am a platform dude. Thank you for realizing that. Is it not normal to question why a popular public figure is platforming bad people? You are so irresponsible with your influence, and then when people raise eyebrows, you want to act irritated? I can't say for sure if he's only streamed 2 times with Zerka, but I can say that in the video he's talking about where he reacted to Zerka being a PDF, he even admits that he liked Zerka for being out of pocket. So I believe that he's downplaying his association with him.
This is Zerka, y'all. I've had Zerka on stream a couple times before. We love Zerka for his out-of-pocketness, the jokes.
He was caught messing with a 16-year-old on stream, and I guess maybe he didn't know, but, I guess maybe he didn't know. Bro, every time I did stuff with Zerka, that was all the way back in 2022.
This is my fault. I didn't represent my point properly. I was referring to Zerka here, not Gideon. I was trying to say that there was a chance Zerka didn't know the girl was 16, but it was unlikely. Gideon did, however, as he said, react to Zerka being a PDF, and since then he hasn't been seen with them. I apologize.
So you criticize a motherfucker for not knowing what you know, then they learn about the motherfuckers, they make fun of them, don't associate, and you bitched at them.
For messing that up, move forward. Any type of point Gideon makes regarding quality or something.
Yes, Sneeko is the one that got his fucking tooth knocked out for picking a fight with a security guard that clearly is a fan of Jeff Hardy.
You misunderstood. I won't bring it up unless it's absolutely a mutt.
Imagine a motherfucker that's probably 230 fucking pounds jumping at you from a higher platform just to punch on you. Bro, you is fried, Brody, bro. You're fried.
Nice, just for time's sake.
Recently, Gideon is also doing predator catches with dude who caught EDP, and safe to say he's racist. Bro, okay, I will admit, Alex, bro, I literally say all the time, bro. I'm like, bro, like, why are you saying that word and stuff? Do I think he says racist stuff a lot? Yes, I do. Like, I do, and I be calling him out on it. But man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. He is literally the best at catching these dudes. And every time I go out with him, I have a good time, and I literally learn so much. I learned so much, and it's actually making me better to catch predators.
Now, this is a pretty nuanced stance. Gideon claims he is calling it out, and for that, Gideon earned a little more respect for me. While I don't agree with constant platforming of Mr. Rosen, I can't understand seeing it as a means to an end. You want to catch predators, so you learn from the best. And from what I've seen of Mr. Rosen's recent pred catching work, it's a real deal. So I'll lay off this one. I won't say you're for this.
He doesn't care. He's disrespectful to the black community. I mean, Buddy was just okay. By this logic, man. Okay, you can't watch The Passion of the Christ because Mel Gibson said that he hopes that his wife gets raped by a pack of hard R's.
False equivalency. Let's use Zerka for an example. You personally knew Zerka and was buddy with him despite him saying the word nigga as a white man. If I watch a filmmaker who is saying racial slurs, it's much different. I'm separating art from the artist and appreciating that piece rather than person.
There's not a difference. Motherfucker, if you hear a celebrity bust out slurs on your fucking, that's the literal R. Kelly fucking stance. Nobody, wait a fucking minute. That's the R. Kelly stance. I can separate art from the art. Fuck no, listen, I can't listen to no R. Kelly and not think this man just peed on somebody to make this fucking song. Like, I don't know how motherfuckers do it. They better than me. But they saying that's a false equivalency, wrong. Like, wrong. Because, oh my God, this is somebody who you hang out with. That's your friend and you do streams with them and yada, yada, yada. How could you fucking be associated with them? Oh my God, this person says he hates black people. He hopes his wife gets raped by black people. And you still watch a movie from this motherfucker? If I see that motherfucker on the screen, I'll be like, wait, that's the motherfucker who said he want his wife raped by people who look like me. But I can't watch this shit. I wouldn't be able to fucking focus. Bro's out of his mind. He's out of his ecos.
Personally associated with the person saying it. You personally associated with John Zerka.
Now that I went over all that, I think it's finally time for me to talk about
false equivalency, the effects of morons watching Destiny. What I'm gonna need you to do is stop trying to put one specific thing on one specific person. That's not where motherfuckers get that shit from. Just because a motherfucker is popular and says popular shit doesn't mean that that's where they adopt this logic from. They adopt this logic from all facets of life. And I'm sorry, I know y'all want content creators to be bigger than what they are, but the phrase false equivalency is not something popularized by Destiny. Like, I know y'all want him to have that credit, but he will not get that credit, especially from me. A wide open fucking open and you fucking don't catch the ball. What a fucking worthless tight end. What a worthless fucking tight end. You're wide the fuck open. Grip that fucking ball like it's a dick.
The actual main point of this video. Gideon working with MrBeast amidst all the allegations. You see, this video is actually redundant. I'm gonna show you guys what I took the picture. So he's saying his whole thing is, I did this amiss after all the MrBeast allegations. And just to be straightforward, would I do content with MrBeast in the future? Yes, I'm not gonna like, yeah, I would. Whenever I have to do a video, I'll hop in the video because I genuinely enjoy doing their videos, man.
Dude, once again, does it matter when you took the picture? You already admitted that you'd still work with MrBeast if given the opportunity. That validates my point. And by your own admission, you're doing it because it's fun. It's for the love of the game, which is crazy given everything MrBeast has allegedly done. But since we're talking about fun, I don't think Jake Weddle was having any fun, but more on that later.
Like, bro, let me
Wasn't this one of the people that still took money? Wait a minute. Everything you're saying about Gideon, couldn't you say that shit about Jake Weddle? Because didn't Jake Weddle still take money from MrBeast? Hello? What is Meet the Robinsons? One of the most criminally underrated Disney movies of all the fucking time. When people discuss like great Disney movies, they do not in any stretch of the imagination, and I think it's because everyone's a fucking propagandist, they don't fucking bring up Meet the Robinsons, and it's a crime. I hope I get pegged against humanity that Meet the Robinsons is not recognized as one of the greatest fucking Disney movies of all time.
MrBeast hit this Negro up and be like, yo, DH, that's not racist. I don't know why that's not emotionally motivated. Let MrBeast hit this ninja up and be like, yo, DH, man, I want you in a video where you take a peek for $1 million all by yourself. Do y'all think this man would turn it down? There's no way.
Also, I would turn down the MrBeast offer. Yes, it's $1 million, but it's morals to be had. It's a lot of money, and a lot of people would scoff and be like, nigga, you're dumb. But not all money is good money, and that's facts. Either way, you're probably not winning that meal if we look at how MrBeast formats his challenges. I'm gonna stop addressing MrBeast points for now because it's starting to get a little redundant. But Gideon ends up showing the picture proof of the photo dates, which, like I said, it doesn't really matter. But then after this, he starts playing my video at a higher speed. Which, to be honest, I feel like that's kind of messed up because if you're really taking in criticism, why are you?
No, you know why? Because I wonder the fuck why. Hey, you know why your fucking video is at a fucking 1.5 right now? Because it's 2 fucking hours. It's not 2 hours. It's 1 hour. Are you the furthest thing from batshit insane? I would hearken that when we have these conversations about how we're going to start lengthening these videos, I have your video on the max speed YouTube allows. I'm not sitting here for 1 hour. We're gonna speed run the fuck out of this shit, brody.
You playing the video at like 2 times speed, you feel me? This is not a T-Banks TikTok. You want to consume it in the manner it was intended to be consumed. What would I expect? Also, I didn't really expect to do a voiceover, but I just want to point out how Gideon just kind of glosses over the fact I say that MrBeast hired a defender. Gideon also glosses over the fact that MrBeast was present with Chris Tyson in these discords where minors were involved while talking very inappropriately. And I think the weirdest thing Gideon glosses over is the fact that it is likely, now I'm not saying MrBeast knew, but it is likely that he knew that Chris Tyson had a photo of drawn CP hanging in his living room. In the original...
Man, he knew about that shit. That shit is right there in front of his fucking face.
Photo, MrBeast is literally looking at the CP. So come on, and Gideon doesn't say anything about it. And so it's CP. Minors are involved. This is the PDF catching guy Gideon, and he doesn't comment on any of this, but he has a lot of fun working with MrBeast. That's so weird. It's literally right in front of your face. You can see it. He is not a good person.
So just to quickly catch you guys up, MrBeast is being accused of a lot of things. Oh yeah, before I say it, all of this is alleged, just to protect myself, but you know where I stand. Oh, just to protect myself, but you know where I stand. Since they confirmed the Discord account did belong to MrBeast, that portion of CP hanging in his living room. Now granted, this was MrBeast minors, which I'm pretty sure was in those Discord groups and talk around minors, which I'm pretty sure that's not even alleged too, since they confirmed it.
Has Leon seen the casting of How to Train Your Dragon? I'll give you one worse. I don't like the franchise How to Train Your Dragon.
Discord account did belong to MrBeast. That portion of
So whatever the fuck's going wrong there and whatever you don't like about it, I don't care. I don't like that entire franchise.
The guy with the mask on, which that's, but allegedly MrBeast has tortured someone, Irish defender, which that's not really alleged, proof. They call him Delaware, the guy with the mask on in his videos. They're doing the same thing Chris Tyson was doing those Discord groups and talking around minors, which I'm pretty sure that's alleged too, since they confirmed the Discord account did belong to MrBeast.
Now what Gideon does after this is actually so crazy. Right after I finish that sentence, I basically begin talking about Gideon's association with Logan Paul and KSI. So rather than addressing the elephant in the room, which is the fact MrBeast hired a sex offender amongst all of those things, was staring at a poster of CP in his room, but also doesn't know Chris Tyson is weird. That's the elephant in the room, right? What Gideon does is he picks the lowest hanging fruit and addresses the Logan Paul stuff. Why not address the fact that you're still comfortable working with a guy who hires a sex offender? You're just gonna talk about the lowest hanging fruit and use that as an out. But I'm just gonna let that clip play.
And also Gideon was messing with Logan Paul, who's on proposal. And he's also messing with KSI, someone who, despite all the bad things Logan Paul and MrBeast, then he's okay with working with them in business. I'm a bad guy because some of MrBeast employees did bad things and MrBeast fired them. And because I did a video with MrBeast, I'm a bad guy, okay? And I'm a bad guy because I associate with KSI, and KSI is a bad guy because he works with a bad guy.
The thing is, bro, I'm not even necessary.
Wait a minute.
Amongst all of those things, was staring at him. Now, what Gideon does after this is actually so crazy. Right after I
Also, what's with the bonnet? I'm gonna need y'all to stop actually speaking on bonnets. Just because you're bald and you don't know how to fucking manage your hair, and that shit is the epitome of a sad fucking American. I'm gonna need y'all to give up on the bonnet thing. Y'all realize y'all watching a stream of a guy who wore a bonnet last night. Like, give that up. Give that up. You can't manage your hair, and that's your problem. That all this random fucking complaining about people wearing bonnets really doesn't do anything but prove my point of a lot of insecure going on in this world.
Finish that sentence. I basically begin talking about Gideon's association with Logan Paul and KSI. So rather than addressing the elephant in the room, which is the fact MrBeast hired a sex offender amongst all of those things, was staring at a poster of CP in his room, but also doesn't know Chris Tyson is weird. That's the elephant in the room, right? What Gideon does is he picks the lowest hanging fruit and addresses a low.
Also, maybe this will be the worst take I have under the fucking sun. who has more of a fucking reason to respond to CP in a fucking room? MrBeast or Gideon? Who has more of a reason to bring up anything regarding responding to CP? I would argue it's MrBeast. Why? Because that's his friend who he's in the room with the fucking CP.
Logan Paul stuff, why not address the fact that you're still comfortable working with a guy who hires a sex offender? You're just going to talk about the lowest hanging fruit and use that as an out. But I'm just going to let that clip play.
And also, Gideon was messing with Logan Paul, who's no scammer, crypto, and he's also messing with someone who, despite all the bad things Logan Paul and MrBeast done, he's okay with working with him in business. I'm a bad guy because some of MrBeast employees did bad things and MrBeast fired them. And because
Okay, so he does mention it after you claim that he just went for the low-hanging fruit automatically after speaking on what you said. Okay.
I'm a bad guy, okay? And I'm a bad guy because I associate with KSI, and KSI is a bad guy because he works with a bad guy.
The thing is, bro, I'm not even necessarily saying Gideon is a bad guy. By the way, at the time of editing this, Gideon is a bad guy. That is exactly what I'm saying now. But I have a good reason for it. I mean, the guy is knowingly supporting MrBeast, and literally, like you just seen, there is a high likelihood that MrBeast was aware of Chris Tyson's Shadman support of the CP painting. That's weird, especially coming from someone who wants to protect children by catching PDFs. I'm just saying it's highly questionable to be in the company of so many bad people. Is it lost on people? The phrase "birds of the feather flock together." This is such a simple point. It's honestly comical that he's having such a hard time understanding. The people you be with are a reflection of you and what you allow and what you're okay with. Also, okay, Gideon, you may have not known Logan was there, but you was still flicking up with the dude like it was sweet, like it's cool. Personally, if I know someone is scamming his fans, the people who support him for millions of dollars, he scammed these people out of millions of dollars. That's not cool. You're odd. Like, get away from me. I could never squash any beef with someone like that because you could easily stake me. And you could easily be on that weird timing. That is someone who places money above all else. I could not be any type of cordial with him. And as for KSI, refer to the phrase "birds of the feather flock together." If Gideon keeps misunderstanding this point, I'm going to use an extreme example to further articulate what I'm getting at.
With scamming his fans for millions of dollars, what do you do? So KSI is a guy there, and yeah. KSI's a guy. Just say, yeah, KSI's a guy. I don't know. Bro, man, this is literally Twitter personified. This is a Twitter person, bro. On the internet, mirror, Gideon. Look at Gideon. He's comfortable with these guys. Bro, he's saying I'm friends with them. Bro, did he not see the big old falling out between me and Logan? Like, yeah, we squashed and everything. But bro, me and Logan are not friends, bro. Like, you can amicably, just like, yo, man, I don't know, bro. Sorry for what I did, man. We apologize for what we did. Move the other way. You were probably tossing and turning and said, I can't stand this. I make a video. Where's my video, bro? Like,
Gideon, the word you're looking for is personified, not personificated. But I digress. Me thinking that it's questionable to hang around bad people is not simply a Twitter take. It's a rational way of thinking. Okay, y'all squash our personal beef and he apologized, but what about the millions he scammed personally? I can't be amicable.
Not to be that guy, but did he scam Gideon? No. Is he trying to get that sorted through legal means? Yes. That's the end of it. If that's a current court issue going on right now, there's really nothing that could be done other than, hey, I'm trying to get this shit squashed in court.
But with someone like that. However, being a good Christian and turning the other cheek is true, like you said. But even if you want to be on cordial timing, why are you flicking up with bro? You can be cordial and not flick up with bro. Picture this. Imagine being a crypto zoo scam victim and your favorite YouTuber is buddy-buddy with your scammer. That's crazy, right? Outside of all of that, the tossing and turning jokes, that was a little funny. Maybe Prime Gideon is still in there. Maybe you should go right back to prank content. Wait.
Yeah, talking about Logan Paul scamming his fans. I haven't talked about Logan Paul scamming his fans. Has he not watched any of our falling out? Like, you see, this dude's and I know this dude's cherry picking because he can do all this research, but he's leaving out such key details.
Okay, now Gideon, you did actually prove that you spoke on the Logan Paul crypto zoo thing, and here's a clip of that.
Put your money on Dylan Dennis. He put in 100K.
Yeah, man, I want to help crypto zoo people out. if Dylan wants to help the victims of crypto zoo, you gotta win.
Also, he's no longer associated with Prime. Once again, that's my bad, and I'll say it here. This is unacceptable. If I'm going to critique a YouTuber, I need to be accurate in my critiques.
Talk about Prime guy, allegation of laying hand. Yeah, chemicals, he's Prime ambassador. Oh my gosh, man. This man still thinks I'm part of Prime. This man still thinks I'm part of Prime.
Stuff like this also gives me another reason to take the video down. And Gideon actually addressed it in a now deleted live stream on August 24th, 2023. I found a clip of that from Dexero where Gideon actually says he's not part of Prime.
Yeah, guys, I'm not part of Prime no more. Like, it's over.
See, now this is the part where Gideon messed up.
Allegation of laying hand. Yeah, chemicals, he's Prime ambassador. So yeah, this he just like literally either he doesn't like me, or what I think is more likely is he's just going down a list of people. He literally has a list of creators. How do I make a video about them? How do I make a video about them? Man. Bro, this is the same dude. If he was doing YouTube like he is now, when all that stuff came out, like when that girl was saying that she was all word at that party that Kai was at and stuff, and people were blaming Kai, he had nothing to do with it. This would be the same dude that would be blaming Kai on everything, bro. It was literally the case was just dropped against Prime that they had any bad chemicals in there.
So, number one, I don't have a list of creators I choose to go after. Once again, I use my platform to comment on something I thought was weird. The Kai situation is irrelevant to what's being discussed here. You just brought up something random and tried to assume something about my character. You're basically claiming that Prime beat the case. As put down by the Environmental Research Center, they have made 3 separate notices where they allege that Prime has lead in it. Now, regarding the PFA chemicals, which are considered forever chemicals, according to the Consumer Shield, where I found an article about Prime written September 11th of this year, the PFA chemical lawsuit is ongoing. But here's what else I found. According to the CDC, an article written on October 16th. So by the time recording this was last month. The article states, the court found that Elizabeth Castillo, who's the lead plaintiff in the lawsuit, provided sufficient evidence of PFA contamination based on independent testing, and that Prime's non-disclosure could violate consumer protection laws. The court rejected some of Prime's defense.
Fuck! After this goddamn pig. Also, this fucking horrendous fucking video is, hey, I got this wrong, but hey, I'm still right about this date. I know that y'all really didn't hear too much from me, but y'all know that was covered.
Protection claims. Thus, Prime's motion to dismiss based on lack of standing and breach of implied warranty if merchantability is denied. In other words, them niggas knew there was chemicals in Prime and they didn't say thus violating consumer laws. But okay, Gideon, Prime isn't the clear. Why am I saying that though? The key word here is omission. They omitted that detail. Hence why they potentially violated consumer laws. See, but Gideon would know this if he actually did his research though. You feel me?
Question is the lady of Christian. You know what else the Bible teaches? The Bible teaches is not the gossip, bro. And you are just gossiping, man. You are literally a gossip channel. Hold up, chat. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, deceit, malignity.
Bro, you know what the sick part is? Every YouTuber Every YouTuber who's a fucking Christian is going to hell. They do not follow the word of the Bible. Love thy neighbor, they don't do that. Don't judge, they judge. Like, this is a collection of people who are going to hell.
A person who habitually...
Are you doing anything for Thanksgiving? I'm taking a first-class flight. If that counts as doing anything for Thanksgiving, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking a first-class flight.
Reveal personal or sensitive facts about others. You made a 11-minute and 40-second video, and 70%...
Hella people judge. Yeah, but it's these Christians who say that it's bad to do that as they continue to fucking do it.
Stuff in there isn't even factual.
I'm not gossiping, though. I'm calling you weird based off of what I've seen of you, Gideon. That is not gossip. Letting the community know you work.
That you have also claimed that you've gotten deep. So you're not gossiping. You're just stating things that you've seen from Gideon that he's gotten wrong. You know, oh my God, fuck this up. I lost this game. Damn, see, this is another fucking case of I can't play this fucking game while streaming. Or at least I can't. Unless it's a stream dedicated to playing this fucking game, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'll just take the L. I'll take the fucking loss. It's fine. It's fine.
Work with someone who knowingly hired a sex offender is not gossip. I also find it ironic you catch PDFs, but you got one under your nose. Okay. There isn't enough evidence to say MrBeast is a PDF, so I'm not saying that's the case. But I am trying to point out it's odd that Gideon...
11-minute and 40-second video, and 70% of stuff in there isn't even factual.
I'm not gossiping, though. I'm calling you weird based off of what I've seen of you, Gideon. That is not gossip. Letting the community know you'd work with someone who knowingly hired a sex offender is not gossip. I also find it ironic you catch PDFs, but you got one under your nose. Okay. There isn't enough evidence to say MrBeast is a PDF, so I'm not saying that's the case. But I am trying to point out it's odd that Gideon would work with someone who knowingly hired a sex offender, being that is not something that should be taken lightly. Furthermore, I'm not sensationalizing or revealing personal facts. I'm simply calling out what I see. Now, I can admit to getting some details wrong, like you not pressing Sneeko, you not being a part of Prime, and you not calling Logan Paul out. Despite that, I believe that is not the same as maliciously lying or going out of my way to spread lies about your name.
Which is what you did, and then you had to backtrack because everybody noticed that you were lying.
It's bad, but it is not the same as just being malicious with intent.
You're saying a motherfucker is associating with scammers and pedophiles, but you're not saying who the pedophiles are. You're just saying it's weird that they hired pedophiles. You're doing what you're being accused of, and you know you are. That's why you keep saying, "Oh, I got this wrong." Mind you, if motherfuckers didn't check you on what you got wrong, you would have kept that shit up.
Intent was not malicious in the slightest. However, with all of that being said, this video is now my attempt at atonement for those mistakes. With that being said, though, you did continue to platform Sneeko after the false allegations. You did platform John Zerka, and by your own admission, you continue working and associating with MrBeast, despite everything that came out. And those are my main points. So after this, Gideon just begins to go over my channel and claims I'm just making videos about people for views. This is obviously just false.
Oh, you're just making hate videos about people just for views, man.
But he makes a point again later, so I'll save my response for later.
Like, so we're in the preaching to talk about Christianity, but he's works. These are your personal feelings, you know what I mean? And you can have them. But the way that you're trying to equate it to the Bible literally has no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If we knew who you were and who you associated with, how would we feel about you?
I'm glad we all heard like that one part and I just rewound and played it at normal speed. But what are you doing for Thanksgiving, chick tries? I know you asked me that, wanting me to respond. I'm catching a first-class flight, and that's really all I'm fucking doing.
This fear that you're going into, I'm not gonna tell you to stop doing it. I'm just gonna tell you it's a saturated field, man. When they got already bigger creators who have the exact same viewpoint, ideology points, everything as you. I'm the one watching, man, that genuinely comes from their mind and put it out to the world. But you're not a content creator, you're a content consumer, man. You're a reviewer. But we all know.
We don't celebrate it here. That's because you're a dirty non-American. You're a UKer. You celebrate Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, you're all gonna talk about that.
Okay, I'm gonna stop this segment right.
Queen Elizabeth. Oh, she's the beacon. She's the queen.
Here, because he proceeds to speak on my videos without watching them. First off, these are my personal feelings. So you're right, Gideon. But you also backtracked and said I'm essentially a Twitter, YouTube hate content hive mind, and that the content I'm producing is highly saturated. To that, I say you don't really comprehend what I'm doing, which is already big. The criticism and the ego has blinded you. I'm not hating. I don't hate you. I'm simply being outspoken about issues I see on my platform. That is not hate. And these issues are sometimes targeted towards big creators.
I'm gonna stretch my dick. This is bad defense. Bad.
But to go even a step further, there is a fundamental difference between hating and what I'm doing. I'm calling out bigger creators, namely ones in our community, because I want to see us do better. Because who else will? I want to be the change I see, but it starts with addressing our issues. That is vastly different from what a 2017 Leafy video looks like. Also, I've acknowledged that this content is pretty negative by nature, but this is not my only type of content. Literally, at the time, my most recent video was me fanboying over my favorite artist. I still do fanboy over my favorite artist. Flowerboy Vinyl, highlight over there. But you get my point.
I hate that video on my head where he seems to be interview on the street about Christianity. He made such a big deal, like, oh, I see myself as he, like, can I answer that question? He made a whole big deal about being a Christian, changing the movie, go back to content in like 2 months, and then he was one of the worst people in the community. Like, I never said that I was gonna stop making content. I just said I'm gonna stop making content that I was naked, bro.
Worst thing I ever heard. I mean, listen, you're another one of those non-Americans. Oh my God, I need a bit of my Scottish scone, love. In it.
Gideon, this is also my fault. I was not clear. I mentioned you went right back to the status quo. To elaborate, at the time of writing, the Gideon channel is abandoned, with the last upload being 6 months ago, and you slowly went back to making content that's more in line with your average streamer. Once again, not to say that he can't do this and be a Christian, but it's like you talked a big game on changing and you're right back to normal. And you did a prank video, but more on that later.
Every time that I'm doing a prank or doing a prank on a person, I'm literally practicing what the master prankster himself, Satan, did.
I feel like Christianity is questionable. You know, what type of Christian I work with literally the antithesis of your belief. You believe in spiritual, you believe in the fact that you believe in their right to this material world before we move on to the next. But you have to three horrible people. But you see, how are you gonna talk about Christian values when you jump into assumptions? How you gonna talk about Christian values when you could have DM'd me, but you didn't? How you gonna talk about Christian values when
I ain't gonna lie. Didn't he say he was an atheist? Like, why are we listening about Christian values? Didn't he say he got, never mind. He said even an atheist can see things. So he really doesn't practice faith. So it's another motherfucker doing the whole, hey, I'm going to judge you, even though the Bible says, don't do it. The Bible says love thy neighbor and all that extra shit. It's simple shit that people try to force on you with that Bible that they don't follow. And it just makes me say, yep, just going to not listen to you motherfuckers. And instead, just go to church. Have fun there. It's fun to have fun at church. Oh my God, whiff!
literally have debunked a lot of the stuff you said. Now, I'm gonna test your Christian values, man. I've debunked multiple allegations that you made in this video. So are you gonna keep this video up? You're bearing false witness. That's what they did to Jesus. They bear false witness against him, which got him killed. You're not trying to get me killed, but you're trying to get me virtually killed. You're trying to get me virtually canceled. You're trying to get people to have, you're trying to change people's perspective of me, to have the same perspective of you.
Gideon, I'm not jumping to any assumptions, nor am I bearing false witness. You are quite literally misusing one of the 10 commandments. I'm not sitting up here and intentionally trying to spread lies on you or virtually kill and change people's perspectives on you. What I am doing, though, is sharing an opinion that I have of you on my platform. You claim this is an attempt at virality, and I'm gonna debunk this here now, so I don't have to keep elaborating on this. I don't care for internet virality. I'm simply speaking on things I want to see changed. I demonetized the video, so I didn't gain any money from it. So if it did go viral, I would still be $0 richer than I was before I made it. I really dislike how big creators love to play the you want clout card when you criticize them. This is called deflection. It's a way to distract their audience from the criticisms you have against them. So stop falling.
Oh my God, he might be finally cooking, boys. Because all these fucking creators, as soon as you make a video, oh, you want clout, you want clout, you want clout, you want clout. Fuck, yes, it's the point of being online.
Also, Gideon, you validated my entire point of you being weird for knowingly hanging out with bad people by expressing that you still work with the Beast team. Also, dude, if I DM'd you, you ego me, so don't say that.
That's now. I will say, didn't know how to do this. I got full length actual, well-researched video with all receipts. Oh, so this is not well-researched. Oh, so you can say right here. So you just really admitted that this wasn't well-researched. This is probably just off your noggin. Keep this on my chest. I said I'm trying to read back this content. I'm trying to bring more back the content. Like, I'm not even listening to behavior that you're not doing anything different than anybody else. And I've seen these weirdos just act like this. It's not right. It's not good at all. Please don't buy celebrities. So you are. So you're admitting that you're trying to stop me. You're trying to stop me. You're trying to virtually kill me.
Okay, the video was not well-researched. I'll admit that. My own misinformation is proof of that. However, there is information there that is correct, such as you knowingly streaming with Sneeko despite him falsely accusing your friend. You did stream with John Zerka despite him being a racist. And by your own admission, you admit you stick.
Wait a minute. You keep bringing this up while also bringing up, hey, he doesn't associate with this motherfucker. He doesn't associate with that motherfucker. He no longer associates with that motherfucker. Like, you keep sticking to that as if that's the smoking gun that's going to be the fucking thing that gets you a motherfucking touchdown. But you keep having to add on those outliers every time you bring that up.
Still work with MrBeast after the allegation. So even if the circumstance I talked about happened before everything went out in a roundabout way, it still ended up being right. I was a prophet of some sorts. But I digress. Those were my 3 most damaging.
No, you weren't a prophet. You guessed. Guessing doesn't make you a prophet. It just means, hey, at least you got something substantially right in the confines of, oh, I could put this in my pocket and use for later. Still doesn't change or do anything of substance.
Points, and they were all true. Also, this is going to be the last time I comment on the whole I'm being the same and just mindlessly hating thing that Gideon likes to say. Once again, there is a vast difference between being a CSGO surf leafy commentator channel and wanting to speak on the weird things that big influencers do and hold them accountable for it. I am not hating.
But guess what? When you spread layers of misinformation or a blatant lie, you're perpetuating a fucking 2017 Leafy video without busting out a slur.
I am simply speaking my truth to my platform as a young man. If you cannot differentiate between the two, it's because there is a disconnect or you simply don't want to understand. And finally, this is going to be a point for later in the video, but do you guys see how he keeps trying to use such strong connotation? You're trying to virtually kill me. Dude, I said stop you because you're over here misusing your influence. You're talking so positively about MrBeast that in response to this, your audience would think he's still a good dude like he didn't knowingly hire a defender. That's not good. Oh.
Pig! Uh-oh! Is it enough for Dick 6? I got out of bounds.
With that being said, that marks the end of the reaction segment. Let's move on to the aftermath. So, starting from here, Gideon begins looking for my social medias. He also starts telling his chat he wants to talk to me. Now, I will say, Gideon, once again, I respect you for going out of your way to speak to me. That's what a real nigga would do. He ended up DMing me somewhere, but I never got a chance to see it when he did. However, he then did the irresponsible thing and told his fans to let me know he DM'd me.
If you guys can, man, let him know I just DM'd him, chat. If you guys can, man, let him know I just DM'd him. This is my EDP watch account, so I want to DM him off my main account. But let him know he's the end.
And that led to this. So yeah, what you're saying right now is my Instagram message request. This
is a horrible way to use your fucking platform. Not gonna co-sign Gideon on that one. He knows that's a horrible way to operate that because he's putting so much trust. He's putting so much trust in a collection of motherfuckers to not go above and beyond when he knows full fucking well that's not really how the internet works. The internet works in a fine way of stupidity in which if you fucking get a touchdown, if you fucking say something with the most meaningful of intentions, the rest of the fucking world is gonna do something different. It doesn't matter how much you say, oh, just please reach out to him, 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 please reach out to him. Motherfuckers are gonna take that shit and go way above and beyond. And Gideon knows that. He's had to deal with that shit before with Pokimane. He knows that. Every motherfucker who is in content creation knows that. The only leeway you could give is if it's a fucking teenager who goes viral and they don't really know how to fucking operate. That's the only leeway you could give. But when you're Gideon, you know the internet is a cesspool. I don't give a fuck about, oh, well, my community is a good community. No, incorrect.
is all of Gideon's fans. It's definitely a lot of negativity here, and this is what Gideon sent to me. I also ended up sending this to Gideon's DMs on Discord, but he emailed me. Real funny, mister. You should have just DM'd me.
You could have DM'd me, but you didn't.
And also, isn't this...
Pick! That's Big Dion. That's Dick Deion Sanders. Oh, fuck. I keep somehow turning the volume off on this motherfucker.
You sent people who ended up maliciously spamming.
So you can't really have... This is your second time trying to bring up your mundane fucking point. You can't. Because you seek out conversation with the lowest IQ of motherfuckers. And I recommend you stop fucking doing that. You can absolutely have meaningful conversation on the fucking internet. You can have worthwhile conversation on the internet. You can have intelligent discussion on the internet. How about instead of just gloom and dooming the fuck out of it, you realize that everybody on the internet is not worth having a fucking conversation with. And you find the motherfuckers who actually sit down, sit back, listen to what you have to say, and you be somebody who listens to what they have to say. Because it's a two-way street. Motherfuckers like saying, oh, the internet's such a toxic place, and they're toxic people. Don't fucking participate in that shit. You can easily find motherfuckers who you can talk to. You motherfuckers refuse to because you consume the negativity all the time without actually opening your fucking mind to the idea that, oh my God, there are people with different opinions than me. Let me listen to what they have to say. And then, hopefully, they listen to what I have to say. And if they don't, stop talking to them. You're wasting your fucking time. I can tell you this with simplistic impurity, that I could have a conversation with Chick Tries, with Peachy, with Moral, with Tell the Truth, with Chris the Narc, with Gothics, and it won't be anything other than conversation. And guess what we gonna do after the fact? Fucking rap for like 20 minutes after the fact and then go on our merry fucking ways? If you can't do that, that's your fucking problem. If you want to categorize the entire internet as that, that's your fucking problem. And that's where you seek that shit. Me, I know how I can carry my conversations. And I know how to pick my battles with each and every one of them. Leon, everyone on the internet obviously has to agree. Sure, you can think that. And I know you're memeing when you say that. But people do think like that. And they're fucking disastrously terrible at it. In your opinion, what is easier, communication and discussion by text or by voice? By text. I have to fucking use my throat to speak. Ugh, good Lord. But in actuality, it's more convenient via text because you're not really pushing the envelope in doing anything other than just talking, just using your fucking thumbs to speak. But when you're right in front of them, it's easier to fucking just eloquently say these things out loud. Now, the caveat would be, all right, via the words on the screen, one can interpret something you say as a threat when you just basically want to go to Starbucks. And, you know, that's kind of the catch-22 of having to deal with speaking through the fucking camera phone. You know what I'm saying? It would be easy that way. Stop yapping. I got one better for you, big dog. Goodbye. I don't know who you thought you was trying to be. Bye. I don't think I've ever done that before. A motherfucker first time chatting, I just back.
Can I get someone from Twitch? And isn't this a sin? Another part of the 10 Commandments is to not...
That shit bad, bro. That shit bad. That's fucking terrible. But hey, had to be done.
put another god before God, and to go out of your way to spread hate on behalf of someone else sounds like worshiping.
Leafy is here, a twink who is just like every other fucking twink that comes across the internet. They get popular talking shit, but they can't handle the fact when shit gets talked about them. That's the gracious fucking problem I have with several individuals currently online, is that you are so comfortable talking an egregious level of shit about a lot of people, yet when it's your turn, all of a sudden you're the victim that needs to be coddled. And how dare someone speak so negatively about me, of all people, after you make a whole business model off of doing it. Drastically shoot yourself in the dick, please.
To me, you see, Gideon didn't care. He doesn't care. Hence why he allowed that to happen. I would have seen a blue checkmark DM eventually, so if Gideon was cool with waiting and postponing it, which he wasn't, we could have got there. But I'll talk more about that and the hate rating at the end of this video. Now, this is why I switched POVs. So I started to get YouTube notifications of comments, and I responded to them like normal. However, at this point in the story, Gideon had sent his fans to comment on my stuff, and he was also trying to get my contact so we could have had that conversation live. Obviously, that happened, but before I get to the conversation itself, we need to address a few more things. Gideon also gets on the phone with Brandon Buckingham, so I want to briefly talk about that. Now, Gideon has proved me wrong here. He has publicly denounced Nico and told him off to his face.
Brody made a lot of just completely false claims.
So wait, again, this is another example. Oh, there's true things in the video of you associating with all these people in Sneeko and other. But if the motherfucker is criticizing these motherfuckers, it completely destroys every fabric of what it is you were making in that video, which leads me to fucking believe, no, you weren't fucking, you didn't fucking delete a video out of principle and any of that shit. You deleted a video because everybody jumped on your fucking ass about how wrong shit is in that fucking video, and you couldn't fucking handle that, so you ran and hid. I was about to say fucking hide in a fucking horrible verbiage of accent.
And one of them was when Sicko said that you were threatening to all his girlfriend. But what was I gonna say? He said that I never once denounced what he was saying about that, and I had brought up that I literally was on a call with him on Discord and I called you.
I could not find the clip of that. I did, however, find a clip of him saying that he doesn't agree with what Sneeko did, and he actually references that whole telling him off to his face thing.
Using R-word accusations is the worst thing ever, and I told Sneeko that to his face that he's wrong. You know, you don't want to believe it, but he is.
Like Gideon said, I am wrong for saying he didn't press him. However, what about continuing to do streams with Sneeko? Gideon, you apologized to Brandon here publicly too because you knew that you should have stood with him more. You knew that was wrong, but you never actually addressed the streams you did with Sneeko post allegations.
And bro, listen, for me to put myself on no more high ground, but I was wrong too, man, and I feel like as a Christian I could have backed too hard, man. So I apologize to you as well, brother, publicly as well.
And when I get to the conversation between us, I'll point that out again. Now I want to briefly address Brandon. Honestly, kudos to you for being able to let bygones be bygones.
You said you were wrong for that.
Please don't fucking be like, oh, if this fucker, it's gonna be strike two if this fucker sits here and is like, oh, well, kudos to you. But me personally, is this the thing? It's not you. You were not accused by some twink YouTuber who's afraid to fight that somebody's gonna rape your girlfriend. You're not in that fucking scenario. Hopefully, you're never in that fucking scenario. I don't want anybody in that fucking scenario. But we're not gonna play this egregiously stupid game of, oh, it would be me. I would be a little bit mad. Okay, that's you. You weren't him. Calm this shit down.
I got all upset because I felt like you should have chosen side part. We talked about that and how I was being too prideful. That's accountability for that. And I said, being prideful in the Bible is forcing people to see things from the way that we see them. So I was getting too prideful and trying to get everyone to take my side and take sides in reality. And it didn't come to that. So I was a victim. I thought you were gracious to forgive me. I said some foul stuff online that wasn't totally warranted. That's why I was gracious and very Christian of you to accept my apology. You know what I mean?
Personally, if my homeboy was platforming,
he did it. He did it. No, he fucking Simo. He did it. Doom, 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 doom.
Guy making the worst allegations about me, I can never face him again. Honestly, we might have a box. However, you were able to move past it. And I won't criticize you for being able to maintain that friendship with Gideon, but I don't think you were being prideful.
I won't criticize you for being able to move past it. I then criticize you for being able to move past it. Strike two. Strike two. Yellow card.
I think you were forcing people to take your side. Allegations are the worst of the worst. They have destroyed careers. I mean, literally, the YouTuber quite almost got packed up for that. And to prove his innocence, he had to quite literally reveal intimate details about himself and his own anxiety.
My apprehension when it comes to contact is not limited to Orion. Not only did I never have with him, I have never had with anyone. A fair few of my friends have had to deal with me drunkenly venting about my nervousness around it.
I guess my point is that if someone is accusing you of that, and your friends are platforming your accuser, which can unintentionally give validation to their claims by proxy of having a popular influencer platform them, that will hurt you. And in most of your cases like White's, you have to go and publicly talk about your own anxiety amongst other intimate things about yourself just to clear your name. So, Brandon, don't think you were prideful, man. That stuff would hurt me deeply too.
He posts on his YouTube channel and everything, bro. It is that bitch character, but
wait a minute.
Hey, so Brandon, don't think you were prideful, man. That stuff would hurt me deeply too.
Don't think you were prideful in fucking just letting shit be bygones be by. Man, this nigga is AIDS, bro. This nigga is AIDS, bro. Fuck me, dude.
He posts on his YouTube channel and everything, bro. It is that bitch character, but bro, I'm not even like that. I just want to have a God's honest conversation with him. So can you guys please ask him to reply to my DM?
Okay, so right here, Gideon is misusing his platform. This guy has been famous for almost 4 years, man, and he still doesn't get it. This is how you got banned on Twitch the first time.
And this is, I agree with this motherfucker. I agree. Sending these dipshit motherfuckers to fucking, everyone just go reach out, knowing full fucking well that's not how that goes. Fuck, bro.
You sent your chat to someone. What makes it worse is that I criticized you, so you set me up to get hated on. Also, this is the first time Gideon starts spamming defamation of character. You'll see throughout this conversation that he routinely says that in a type of intimidation /
I have no idea what's going on either. It's a guy mad that his one video didn't get the traction he fucking wanted. He got chewed the fuck out, and now he's coming back with so far 99% bitching, and the 1% is him being right that Gideon shouldn't have fucking told his fans to reach out to this motherfucker, because everybody knows the negative connotations with that.
Spear tactic way. It's really gross and a misuse of a legal term. And coming from someone who's quite literally at a bar magnet school, I'm familiar with legal terms. But Gideon continued to talk about my lack of response to the DMs while going back and forth on my socials, unaware that I was living my teenage life. But eventually, the news got to me, and I low-key spammed Gideon. Called him a few times and eventually reached him. I gave him my Discord, and that leaves us with the call. So let's talk about that. So, before I show the conversation, quick little disclaimer. I am on my phone, and my service is bad because I was at my school. But like with the reaction, I'm going to highlight important parts and insert my own comments on what I think needs to be addressed. So, Gideon cracks a joke about my Wi-Fi being as bad as my receipts.
Wait, your internet is your internet's actually horrible right now. You hear me? Like you're like lagging like super bad. Your internet connection is almost as bad as your receipts in your video.
As you can see, I'm muted. Funny story, my friend actually walked by me and reminded me to hurry up so I could watch her play volleyball. Yes, I was quite literally at my school. Also, in the chat, you can see racial comments like how I'm a slave and saying I need to pick cotton. I won't blame Gideon for this fully, but it should be obvious that Gideon does not have a fully black audience, and a lot of them are non-black. That's the people he's cultivating.
I hate to break it to you, motherfucker, but yes, white people watch this motherfucker, and white dumbasses watch this motherfucker. What do you want the motherfucker to do? Comb through the entirety of the back catalog of his fucking chat fucking stream or chat fucking logs and ban every... It won't be done. No streamer, no YouTuber, no content creator is gonna do that for every single person. It's right there. Strike 3 is right there, and I'm itching it.
Can be and are bigoted. He doesn't understand how some of his actions can make these bigoted people feel validated in their racism. I'm going to touch on this more at the end because I have a better example.
Oh, wait,
no, I'm really at my school right now. How old are you? I'm 17.
You said, oh, so you're high school. 17. You're in high school. Oh, so you're young.
Yeah.
You're young. I'm not gonna go too hard, man.
And that'd have been the fucking moment where I just cut that shit off. I'm just fucking 17-year-old, not wasting my time. This motherfucker might come back around and be like, oh, I bullied this motherfucker. Nope. I'd have cut that shit clean the fuck off.
So right here, this is the first sign of Gideon's dismissal of my opinions and my critiques based on my age. He says he's not going to go hard on me, and you will continue to see just how much this guy tries to be very condescending to me due to my age, as if that...
Yes, because you're a 17-year-old and motherfucker doesn't want to be responsible for you trying to click out and be like, oh my god, this motherfucker harassed me and all this shit.
It's my criticism. Also, another funny story here, because once again, I had to mute due to people walking by me at my school.
I'm doing good.
No good, man. Can you turn your camera on?
Give me one second.
Yeah.
Okay, so right here, I'll have to pause real quick. Even before we spoke, I tried to tell Gideon, let's run it back another time. I'm in my school. As you'll see, Gideon didn't have any interest in conversing with me on fair ground.
Could you turn your camera off for me real quick? You can get to like a secluded area where you can silently see what I'm talking to.
I'm gonna be real with you, Gideon. The best way I can do that is just to postpone this slide at home and my desktop because the service out here is really bad and I don't want to be lagging on screen. Because fans are already sending my inbox and I'm already good. I actually want to have a discussion with you.
Well, listen here. You say you have a discussion with me, but I watch your video, and in your video you said that yourself that...
Okay, so right here is my second time saying, hey, let's postpone due to my circumstances. However, Gideon skips over that and continues speaking about the video.
You really didn't really well research this, so I'm guessing, to be honest with me, you just went off the dome of stuff that you thought you remembered, yeah, right?
No, okay, listen to me. It's not that the video wasn't well researched, it's that the video wasn't high quality. Everything I talked about in the video,
No, the video wasn't well researched. Fuck it being high quality. You could have picture perfect, I could see all your fucking pores camera lens, and I'm gonna still say this shit is fucking terrible.
I'd like to rectify this statement. This video was not well researched. However, I do agree with what my past self said. I did follow these things as they were ongoing.
Strike 3. Strike fucking 3. Video's not well researched, but I agree with everything. Strike 3. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. It's over. I free you all. Go enjoy your Monday. Is it Monday? Monday. The Broncos won. Goodbye.